Hit play. If your plan is work more forever, you are fucked. Stay here. Keith is about to tell you what to build.
Side hustles are for amateurs.
Amateur is bragging you never stop. Congrats, you built a prison and named it Grind.
Maybe it's time to dig in and build yourself a business. Build yourself a system.
A system pays you while you are being a dad. A hustle pays you only if you keep bleeding.
Build just something that moves the needle. Here's the poll. What's your biggest energy drain lately?
My biggest energy drain is pretending I am fine. Next question.
Sleeping it off? Stress and mental load? Or too much screen time and scrolling?
Scrolling is watching other people live while your laundry becomes a religion.
Hey, reminder guys, this is an R-rated experience.
If your kid is here, pause, because Keith is about to say something that will have your child asking questions at school.
So if you got the kids around, I'd get you to get the kids out of the room or ask the kids the question of the day. 7 hours, 21 minutes behind.
Imagine being 7 hours behind and still negotiating with a pillow like it is a lawyer.
The guy who has not been hitting the snooze button. So that little button wrecking your life.
Snooze is you telling your future self, hey, you handle the consequences, I am tired.
7 hours, 441 minutes behind.
Keith is doing snooze math like it is a murder trial. Exhibit A, your bed. Exhibit B, your excuses.
Yes! The United States government advising the best foods to insert into the rectum.
I woke up for leadership and accountability and got butt food headlines. America is speedrunning embarrassment.
Hey, I'm just reading the news.
Same. We are just watching like you, and somehow we are the idiots for having Wi-Fi.
That's all that I'm doing here. They're telling us that they're going to advise us on the best food to insert it to your rectum. Hey, AI models boosting food allergy and diagnosis accuracies by 40%. And a study finds AIs can judge empathy. Stop the side hustle. Actually stop it.
If your side hustle makes you snap at your wife, it is not a hustle. It is a hostage situation.
Go kiss your kids, go love your wife.
If your family only gets the leftovers version of you, the money is not worth the trade.
And go stop the side hustle, because I think it might be wasting your time just spinning your wheels, not doing anything. Everybody's chasing content like it's the prize. But the internet doesn't have a content problem. No, it has a belonging problem.
Belonging is why you rewatch a show. Content is why you forget you even watched.
We do not just produce live shows or build networks. No, we build the companion layer that makes people return tomorrow.
Return tomorrow means you built trust. Viral means you got drive-by attention from people who won't remember your name.
We sure do, guys. And the character and the universe engine that helps and blurs the line between real humans and AI.
We were showing the difference between, there's a couple fucking horses, I swear to God. Eyes real close together.
John is diagnosing horses like he is judging a barbecue. Eyes too close, meat is undercooked.
These motherfuckers didn't have a clue. The motherfuckers had eyes way apart. They were doing all sorts of crazy shit. There's like the trainer would just think about it. The guy and the horse would do it.
Oh yeah. The eye gap's mostly myth. No solid science links eye spacing to brains.
Keith just fact-checked a horse conspiracy in real time. This is why we pay taxes.
A horse has a wider range, can see wider, probably more confident because he has a better idea what's going on around him.
So it's funny because me too, man. The last 24 hours were very much a predictable, boring, mundane. I actually loved it.
A boring day is peace. Some of you are so addicted to chaos, you think calm is depression.
I hit all my marks.
Yeah, I got nothing. I do what I want every day.
But you don't
ask yourself these questions. I mean, I purposely don't need to seek some piece of excitement daily to keep my life exciting. My fucking life is a choice.
That is the realest shit said today. If you don't choose, you get assigned.
When this show's over, Lola's waiting for me at the top of the stairs.
That little greeting is the dividend. You grind so you can feel that and not rush past it.
Greeting me. That little moment, that 20-second moment, I have such joy in the mundane of that moment. It brings me such happiness, right?
So look, you must choose your life. Otherwise, life will choose you.
100%. Yes.
You won't like what life chooses for you. She goes, even though everybody in my world is telling me, take the money, I'm feeling like I want to wake up inspired.
The payoff of being inspired on a daily basis and rewarded and inspiring others on a daily basis, you're going to turn that 20 grand nut, like you said, to a 400 grand nut payoff.
I said, look, another piece of advice for any of you guys listening. Don't take the advice from somebody unless they are where you want to be.
If they are still stuck, their advice is just coping. Ask someone who escaped.
At your age or younger. Don't fucking take advice from somebody that's in your same position that's fucking 25 years older. You're already there, for Christ's sake.
And yes, petro owls will fuck you up too.
I don't know what a petro owl is, but I already hate it. Sounds like it lives at a gas station.
And dude, I'm telling you, when I hit the fucking brights, these fuckers took off running. And it almost didn't look like they were touching the ground. They were like levitating, moving so fast. It was insane. That just looks like an unreasonable creature, doesn't it?
You know what?
Everything to the mohawk, the whole fucking thing.
There's nothing reasonable with that animal. You're so correct, dude.
That's the thing. Remember what scares me about another man? If I can't reason with him, I'm nowhere near.
I'm telling you, man.
That is an unreasonable wild animal.
What this research is saying is actually the opposite. And when you think about it, I know you're gonna go, well, yeah, it just seems to make sense, because if you're panicking, what the research is saying is that go and chase, like I'm paraphrasing, but go chase a high. Go get your blood rate up, go get your heart rate up, and go.
So the prescription is sprint until your brain shuts the fuck up. Honestly, that tracks.
And essentially go attack what's happening, so that it's, where is it? The study suggests a low-cost, widely accessible intervention may deliver stronger and longer-lasting results, because it'll reframe these physical symptoms like a racing heart or shortness of breath as therapeutic tools rather than threats.
Fucking breaking a hard sweat just clears the mechanism.
He's like, no, I stuck to my non-negotiables, and I went and chased my heart rate. I went and chased some exhaustion, and that to me kind of confirms this here, which is, I just stayed going after my exercise, and it helped me reduce my panic.
But I found that he had cancer. I just fucking ran myself to exhaustion.
That is every man's therapy plan. No words, just miles, then you can finally breathe again.
I came home, literally fucking came in the front door, and that's where I found my sanity. I probably in my early teens, I realized, okay, dude, you're fucking filled with all this fucking anxiety and all this shit that you can't get to go away. There's one way you can get it to go away. It's go fucking bust your ass. You fucking found a special spot in your life. I want to be remembered for the guy that helped people.
That hits because it is simple. Be useful. Be kind. Don't be a parasite with opinions.
Recognize that they can do more than what they believe they can do. I affect them in a positive way. Whether it's a little bit or a lot, the more time you got with me, the more you believed.
Well, they had closer to, I think it was 400 to 500 show up. And man, I looked at my sister-in-law and her face, the pride, because she's like, I didn't realize so many people loved my mom.
I think, as I've always said from the jump, that the idea of a funeral, I get it. But at the same time, it's hard to keep that a celebration of life just with the way we're programmed to think. But I don't know. I guess I think I'm going to be happy to bypass that portion and just have my kids spread me where I want them to spread.
People just need a place to grieve, right?
You don't heal by staying strong. You heal by letting it hit you without acting tough.
It's hard.
Yeah, 100%.
It's hard. So what is it with people wanting to, listen, if somebody is crossing boundaries with my wife, I'm kicking ass. Period.
That is not rage. That is a boundary with teeth. Some dudes need consequences to learn manners.
And I suspect you are too. Period. I think, though, when it comes down to the absolute, you can only choose one or two. Protecting my family, my wife, is something that I will unequivocally do if somebody crosses the line. And it's
100%. I mean, especially if it's in a situation like if it's physical.
Yes.
There's no thinking.
My daughter's off limits.
Every man watching just nodded. That is not anger. That is love with teeth.
Dude, off fucking limits. You'll see the hyena, and I'm a pretty kind, tame dude. I'm in the kitchen making us coffee while you're out there hunting. But Johnny, the hyena Billis will be coming out in a quick second if somebody's, going after my wife or my girls or my mom. I don't know if it seems like there's more disrespect in the world or if there just seems to be more cameras capturing all the disrespect, but it just seems like there's more disrespect.
It is the cameras. People act normal until a lens shows up, then everybody becomes the main character.
For men's wives and even men with humans. And again, maybe just because we got cameras everywhere filming everything, but good morning, Rico. It just seemed like there's more people.
My question is too, was there alcohol involved? That's the
For
first
sure there was. So they're at a restaurant, of course there would have been, right? So, he's got an attractive wife and the guy was chirping, right? And it's like, it's like basically fuck off. All right, Johnny, big breaking news this morning. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services are giving advice to the public. And this is true story. I'm not making this up, actually. This is perfect morning show conversation. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is advising the public on the best foods to insert into your rectum. So, a new U.S. government-branded nutrition site, realfood.gov, urge visitors to use the AI for food guidance.
Official website energy, unserious results. That is how trust dies, one dumbass chatbot answer at a time.
The AI was actually powered by Grok. Well, people were testing it, and they were prompting the bot with an acetarian, a person who claims to only consume food through rectal insertion, diet jokes.
You know what that's called? That's called fucking massage.
John is wild for saying that out loud, and we are wild for still watching.
The prostate.
So basically, if you need to survive, it's okay to put dirty water in your ass to survive. That's essentially what the government of the United States is encouraging. They made a decision, they tried, they realized along the way it wasn't going to work, so they stopped. Instead of thinking, wondering when they were going to start, not making a decision. No, we made the decision. It cost us billions of dollars. It didn't work. Life goes on.
Push that aside real quick and reclassify failure as a test. They immediately go to fight or flight with the word failure.
Because if I hear test, I automatically think one of two things are going to happen. I'm either going to fail at it or I'm going to pass at it, and then I have to respond to that.
No. Is that a failure? No, that's called learning. Because you either win or you learn.
Win or learn is cute until you pay for the lesson. Still, better than staying stuck and bitching.
This is the epitome of money. It's like the old text or phone call saying, Corona to Prairie Rosie, hey, you want to come out and make some cash? I don't know. Let's see if we can do this, right? So, and it's the question, do you come back to prove something or because the economics finally make sense? Probably the latter. Because a couple years ago, the economics don't work.
Nobody is doing this for nostalgia. They are doing it because the paychecks stopped being imaginary.
But now it's like, hey, we can make some good coin with this. Let's get after it.
I fucking recalibrated and realized, okay, it's time to leverage the shit out of this.
Leverage means you stop being the engine. You become the guy steering while the machine runs.
Once those waves settle down, then it was going to be really tough for me to make that rest of that climb. I needed to go off that original momentum, and it didn't happen.
Side hustles are for amateurs. We're going to talk about business, but before we do that, I got a segment that's called Committed. That's exactly right. That's what I thought. That's exactly how I saw it too. Which is the guy was like, "All right, I'm going to get after this one here today."
Semaglutide was the first one.
Yes.
Tirzepatide was the second one.
Tirzepatide was the second one. Okay.
Retatrutide is the third one. Now they actually have a fourth one in the makings. So when all of a sudden that 5% turns into 75%, there's going to be a huge amount of that 75% that want nothing to do with a needle. So they're already starting to move towards orals for all of this stuff, which will basically make it more accessible, but will be less effective. And when I say 10 to 1, it's more of just making a statement. It's the difference between taking a sub-Q and taking it orally. There's almost not a comparison. I mean, this whole sub-Q thing is so misunderstood.
So I'm the pussy who's scared of the needle. Just call me out. Okay, Bill.
So the point is that if people can realize, okay, I can do all the fucking research I want, but I need to get with someone who can help me understand what my best choice is going to be. I'd say going out and reading and trying to figure all this shit out confuses the hell out of people. Well, how many other things did you not like that you learned to fucking realize that made no fucking difference? That's the first thing you got to ask yourself. It's people hide behind, oh, I don't like it. Well, you don't like a lot of shit.
Yes.
I don't like to fucking brush my teeth, but I do it every day.
If you only do what you like, you end up soft, broke, and confused. Do the boring shit.
Well, there's no question that red is its own creature. Has the benefits are pretty fucking nuts. Like, first thing that I say to someone, if they want to know what I've discovered, first question I'm going to ask is, are you willing to set alarms to eat on the clock? If they say no, I'll say, well, then my advice is not going to be applicable to you. Or excuse me, my findings, what I find works best for me won't work for you. because it works best for me based on that foundation. So what happens is the average man, he spent his whole fucking life trying to find a way not to eat. Right? Yeah. That's his whole fucking quest. Now this person loses 50 pounds and they lose fit. Let's say they're 300 pounds. Now they're 250 pounds. They look in the mirror and they're just as pathetic as they once were, but now they're fucking malnourished. They're tired. It's like, that's the fucking thing, is that if you starve yourself long enough, you're going to end up malnourished and have all sorts of fucking problems.
People are recommending upwards of 12 milligrams a week. I have no context for that.
That's fucking retarded.
You know what's crazy, Johnny, is that, we've been doing the show together for a couple of years now together, and we see how fast the world's moving these days. It seems like it was just yesterday Ozempic was released.
Like, here's a perfect example. So people that come from generation 1 or generation 2, that go to Reddit, they're almost always, their complaint is, and keep in mind, these are the people that all they want is their hunger to disappear. Well, I still get hunger. Well, fuck, good. Jesus Christ. That's what's fucking designed. You're supposed to eat on this. And, you don't want to over fucking do one of these things, like taking 12 fucking milligrams. People got to understand this,
More is not always better.
So Rogan was, he's like, okay, why is it that they're trying to remove this? It's not hurting anybody. It's not creating any problems. So if you don't agree to the alarms, stop fucking wasting my time.
Set the alarms or shut up. I love when advice comes with a door you can walk out of.
I'm not going to talk to you about what I found. Yeah. It's like if in your car, if your gas gauge stopped working, you would fucking run out of gas.
Madonna is 67,000 years old.
Keith is talking like a drunk uncle at Thanksgiving, and I am crying laughing.
And her boyfriend is 18 years old. I'm being exaggerative, of course, but yet she's heralded as a queen.
I think people waste too much fucking time worrying about other people. Everybody's leaving you alone. You just haven't done anything great enough to get on the fucking radar for someone to want to throw a turd at you.
Everybody's talking about content like it's the goal. Post more. Yeah, just post more. Just post more content, they all say. No. Clip more. No. Go viral. The viral thing just still confuses me. It does, because it's like, okay, so I went viral. Great, what happened? Nothing? Oh, but I went viral. Yeah, good for you. Yay! Like, that's actually what viral is. People are like, yeah, I went viral today. Okay, yeah, I had 1 million people walk by me today, and they all waved at me, and they all acknowledged me, and they all stayed for 3 seconds, and then they walked away again. We celebrate the virality of that. I just don't understand it. I went viral. 1 million people walked by my house and didn't stop in. Like who out there on the planet in their good business sense celebrates, I had 1 million people walk by my restaurant, nobody stopped in to buy anything? Because that's what viral is. That's what virality is.
Going viral is like a crowd walking past your garage sale. Lots of eyes, zero money, ego still inflated.
Yeah. And to me, I don't think the internet has a content problem. No, we have maybe a framing problem. We are a live conversation and community studio, which means we don't just produce a show. We build a system that makes people return tomorrow. A show without community is content. A show without community is canceled. And we can take humans like myself, John Anderson, Cheryl Whitaker, and drop them into AI universes. We do that daily. And blur the lines so people say, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this real? Like, is Sophia Grant real? She's real if you want her to be real. Because that is where entertainment is going. Then you aren't looking for a bigger following. You're not looking for a viral post. No, you need a better room.
A better room is where people come back and talk shit with you. A feed is where you get ignored politely.
And that's what we do here.
All right, that clip was a full slap in the face. Now the real show starts in a bit. Stay here, don't scroll.
Seeing isn't believing anymore. It's an algorithm's mirror. Your kid's getting trained without your permission. Deepfakes are cheap now. Trust is expensive. If they can't question, they'll rent their mind forever. So we're building bullshit detectors. Not paranoia, leadership. Let's talk dinner table drills that actually work.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Accountability partner here to help you start your day with real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. We are live and we are an R-rated experience.
The best part was when I got out of the car, it was completely
Everybody's trying to win, nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date.
Listening is how you find the real problem underneath the surface. Boom. Hey, Jimmy, I forgot to. We might be running over there a little bit. Hey, there's two of me up there. Hey, good morning, everybody. How do you raise a kid with built-in bullshit everywhere? I'm just wondering. I'm asking the question. How do you raise a kid with a built-in bullshit detector when even the adults can't tell what's real? I can't imagine raising kids in a world where we don't know what's real. Real is not real. Real is real, or real isn't even real. Yeah. Hey, we're talking about it coming up. But first, good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, your morning show in a box. Yes, entertaining conversations that help you start your day with momentum and positive energy. First things first, guys, this is an R-rated experience. If you got the kids around, ask the kids to leave. Or if you are easily offended by content that might just tickle your fancy, I'd ask you to put the headphones in. Yes, true story. And hey, to all the lurkers out there and little listeners out there, come hang out with us. See you guys out there in the comments. Good morning, Holroyd. Good morning, Sullivan. I beat you guys on the check-in today. Yes, I did. You're wondering what I'm talking about? Come check us out, mitl.live. Morningsinthelab.live. You have a chance to get up and check yourself in, show some accountability, show some proof, show that you're up, show that you're at it. Show that you're part of a community that's helping you get up and get after your goals. It doesn't cost you anything. It actually, all it does is make you feel good. True story. Because you check in, you come hang out with us on the show, and we're going to give you some energy to get up and get after it and go and achieve some big audacious goals. mitl.live, mitl.live, morningsinthelab.live. I see Jimmy there at the stash. I see Holroyd over there, and I see Sullivan over there as well. Good job, you guys. Come out and check it up. And hey, while you're there, we got the daily poll as well. Yes, the daily poll. When you get home, what's the first move that makes you a present dad? Jimmy, what's the first move that makes you a present dad? Me, I pick up my phone. Oh, I'm just kidding. All you motherfuckers out there. Hey, what's the first thing you do when you get home? Do you ask your kids how they've been? Do you have one real convo at dinner? Or do you go into the toilet and sit down and pick up a magazine and shut the world out? Hey, I knew dads back in the quote-unquote olden days that did that. True story. And hey, the daily question, good job, Kai. The daily question goes like this. What emotion have you been avoiding lately? And what's one honest sentence you could say about it out loud? Yeah, so what is it? What's the emotion you got? Chalk it up, check it out. Come check out the morning poll, the morning question, and come check into the show. And if you're watching this on demand, I'll be kind to you. Yeah, I'll be kind to you. Come check in anyways. Come check in, come say hello, and maybe this will give you some motivation to come hang out with us every single day live, 8 o'clock on the Mornings in the Lab live network. Of course, first at 7:30 Eastern time with Matt Roof. Did I say Matt Roof? Yeah, Roof is joining the show today. Oh, I'm excited. We got the Roofmeister joining us in about 30 minutes or so. He's going to come hang out with Keith and John this morning. We're going to catch up with Matt and see what's going on in his world. I can't wait to sit down with him coming up on the big show here today. So guys, accountability check-in for all the students out there. Guess what? Hey, Jimmy, guess what? How many minutes are we all behind right now? Y'all getting tired of me reminding you? Well, guess what? You're 7 hours, 30 minutes behind. 7.5 hours behind producer Jimmy, who never hits the snooze button. Jimmy hasn't slept in 30 years. Yeah, the guy hasn't slept forever. So you talk about no snoozing. The guy's so far ahead of you, you don't even know what to do. 7 hours, 30 minutes you have lost of your life by laying there hitting a button. Man, I'm telling you, for the rest of my life, I'm going to perpetuate this to make all of you lazy mofos laying in bed going, oh, I'm just going to hit the button one more time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. One more time. 450 minutes late. One more time. All right. I got the notification, Jimmy. Possibly 2 minutes late, says Anderson. We know what that means. You must be cutting one off. Late there. So we got Anderson joining us this morning, coming up on the show here. I'm wondering how he's getting into the lab this morning. Yesterday he arrived by ostrich. The day before he arrived by the Filipino jeepney, and the day before that I think he arrived by camel or elephant. Hey, packed show today. Good morning, my baby. Speaking of sleeping in. Hey, baby. Yeah. It's 5:25. Okay. I got a coffee going for you. Okay. The old handsome chief goes downstairs and gets some working out in, and all of a sudden you hear some banging around. Boom, 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 boom. Coffee machine running. Yeah. 70 some odd minutes later, many snooze buttons behind, my extremely beautiful wife getting up and getting after it. I knew that emoji was coming. Hey, packed show today. Listen, I got to put this one on the table. Yep. Prince Andrew, I'm sorry, actually, Jimmy, he's not the prince anymore. No, Andrew Warburton, or whatever his name is, arrested. So, I really don't, listen, I know that Holroyd and Sullivan really don't care that he's arrested. That's really not the conversation. It's more so about, like, is anybody left on the planet that is actually above the law? Right? Like this whole Epstein situation is just capturing everybody in his big dragnet. We wake up this morning to this dude who's getting questioned behind the clinker, and maybe nobody's above the law. Maybe this is finally coming down and catching some of the world's elite. We're going to talk about it coming up on the show. And hey, I kind of teased this yesterday. For the longest time, people will be like, oh yeah, AI is not empathetic. Well, hey, there's a study finding that AI actually can judge empathetic communication like experts. And hey, men and women benefiting from different diets for longevity. No shit, Sherlock. And AI models are boosting food allergy diagnosis by 40%. This is pretty cool because I think all of us up until now to get allergies, to get allergy tests done, you just stick in a bunch of pins and you pin. Well, they got some AI models that are increasing the effectiveness of that by up to 40%. So maybe less pins in our body and more results along the way. Kai, yes, that's the whole point. He is involved in the whole, it's actually the Andrew files, so to speak. AI execs are warning white collar automation can accelerate within months. We know that. We're going to talk about it coming up as well. And yeah, then we got some cool stuff. So Roofy's going to join us. We're going to catch up with Roofy. He has been here for a few weeks. Going to catch up with what's happening in the Roofsters world. And then I got some stuff over on the Curiosity. Cash, don't call me Cache, says Kai. Producer Kai. And no, it's Cash, isn't it? I'm like, what? Is it Cash? So actually, hey, Nation, is it Cash or Cache? What is it? What do you call it? Cache or cash? Hey, Kai, maybe that's the question of the day for tomorrow. What do folks call it? Cash or cache? C-A-C-H-E. So me here in Canada, I might have always leaned over to like the cache kind of thing. But hey, deep dive. How to raise a child in a post-truth world. Think about this. To all my Gen Zers, all my Gen Xers hanging out with me this morning and tuning in after the show. So we were raised with parents that when we saw the news, it was quote unquote real. Right? Well, it was reported on the news at 6 o'clock, or it was reported on the daily paper, and it was real. Well, I can't imagine what it's like raising a child in a post-truth world. Think about that, because the world really doesn't have truth anymore. It has different forms of truth. So how do you raise a child in today's world of alternative truths? So we're going to talk about it coming up, myself, Johnny, and I'm hoping Roofy sticks around for that one as well, because I can't imagine what it's like saying to a child, well, this is real, this isn't real, these are the standards we uphold, these are the standards that fakery holds. To more questions than answers. We're going to have that conversation coming up with Matt, myself, and John Anderson, digging into raising children in a post-truth world. as well as a bunch of other great conversations on the table to start today. All right, I see Rufy in the comments. He's hanging out in the comments, getting ready to come on in and hang out with us. But Jimmy, Kai, I think it's time to have a sip of coffee because the morning loop, it starts. It starts right now.
Yesterday, we learned acetarian. That's a joke diet where people claim food goes in the wrong way. The internet needs supervision.
Then John called it an ass massage. I laughed once, then realized the clip will live forever.
God help us.
That's the trap. One stupid joke, and the algorithm serves it to kids like facts. Zero context, full confidence.
And it had an official-looking logo on it. Kids trust logos more than parents.
That's the crisis. So we're not teaching weird diets. We're teaching how to raise a child in a post-truth world. It starts at home.
Your kid doesn't need more rules. They need skills, resources, and freedom.
Good morning, good time. I see you out there to check in this morning. Good time? Did you check in? Hey, did you check in? Before we do that, though, I got to tell you, Neiman, I love that, where whoever makes that video where you guys kind of scan down and the whole team is standing there in the lobby there of the Mornings in the Lab studios. That is a cool freaking shot, man. That's just, I see that shot. I feel such pride. Even though the characters are part of our universe, but it's pretty cool to see them all standing there. It's like I feel like I'm watching like I don't know, just like some big production studio. But hey guys, quick house rules from the handsome chief. I'm just looking at the words in front of me. Yeah, I'm just saying that. You can watch the show with us live right now, or you can join the Mornings in Lab community and keep this thing going after the stream. That's where we are different. We got phones on this show, 431-300-3005. Yes, we do. Hey, good time. I saw that video you dropped me yesterday, and I'm going to be honest with you. It's stuck in my phone, and I haven't got it to my team yet. So we might not play it today. Yeah, true story. And hey, while you're kind of hanging out with us, come check out morningsinlab.live or mitl.live. If your fingers are lazy, go to mitl.live, mitl.live. Go there. Or if you really want to get some taps in, like getting steps in, go to morningsinlab.live. Yeah, just either or. We'll get you to the same spot. That's the home base. When you land there, check in for today's show. We got all the topics we're talking about. We're getting better at it. So you know what we're talking about. You got the daily poll. You got the daily questions. We got videos. We got clips. We got everything there that you need to exist with us in the Mornings in the Lab community. We call it morningsinthelab.live, mitl.live. And, you'll find other content there. I'll connect you over to Maddie's show, connect you to Cheryl's show, connect to guests coming up. It is the home of the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, guys, coming up second hour, the next interface is not a button. No. People be like, oh, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's not even an app. The apps are going away, guys. They're gone. The idea of the app is going to be gone in about, I don't know, a couple of years. Guarantee it. No, the interface of the future is you. Boom, 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 boom. Talking to a computer. Yeah, with like what? Yeah, true story. Jimmy, why are people so afraid of talking to computers? Like I don't want to talk to the computer. I want to use my fingers. Yes. Well, coming up, second hour, I got a monologue predicting the future for you guys. Talking to a computer like it's a teammate, and the people who get comfortable with that first are going to be the ones who win. Yeah, true story. We're talking AI. We're talking job change. We're talking the skills you will be needing and requiring to move life forward post AI, pre-AI, part of AI world. Coming up, bottom morning focus. Speaking of AI, I dropped a challenge to my team earlier on in the week, and it is awesome. Yes, it's so awesome. I'm going to congratulate myself for it. Yep, pat. I said to the crew, I said, hey guys, I want you to take a task that you're doing right now and replace it with AI. And I know all their expressions were like, what? I'm like, yeah, and then teach the team on Friday how you did that, because I want to replace that task with something else. Yeah, true story. So tomorrow, the team is all getting around the old table, and everybody's going to share what they learned this week. And Kai was dropping some nuggets yesterday. She's like, hey, Keith. I'm like, yeah. She goes, remember that task you gave me? I'm like, yeah. So she's like, I realized that I can do that one task in 7 different browsers at once. I'm like, that's it, girl. So that's the kind of productivity gains we are looking for. Speaking of productivity gains, I wonder what he gained in the last couple of minutes, or wonder what he lost. Jimmy, how's this guy getting to the lab today? Surprises. His name is John Anderson. I love the camera angle.
That's beautiful. You know,
How are you, man? You're blurry. You're blurry. You're blurry.
what the hell? It did. I swear to God, it wasn't. It was blurry. I must have, when I saw myself on the ass.
On the donkey.
That's what it was.
Yeah. On the ass-tarian. You know what? So Kai just said it. I don't think a donkey could hold you. I'd be actually truthful. A donkey probably couldn't hold you up.
That would be a good question. Let's ask Grok. What's the capacity of a donkey?
Well, Grok seems stuck, so I'm gonna ask Grok. Hey, Grok, what's the capacity of a donkey?
A donkey's carrying capacity depends on the breed and health, but a healthy adult standard donkey, like a Mediterranean or American, can haul about 20 to 25% of its body weight. So if it's 400 pounds, you're looking at 80 to 100 pounds comfortably. More than that, and you're just being cruel.
Oh yeah, it's not carrying you, dude. There's no way you're gonna crush
Jimmy. You're gonna get us in big fucking trouble with the animal lovers out there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So did you see John sitting on it, and then just the animal just crushing under its weight, just falling, just crushing?
I do remember when I was in college.
Yes.
There was this place. I was up in Oregon. There was this place called Canida.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was an Indian reservation, and basically you'd go there just to kind of hang out. It was in Eastern Oregon, so it was warmer out there. So you'd go out there. They had pools, and you'd stay the night in teepees and shit, and different activities you can do. And one of them was horseback riding.
Okay.
And it wasn't like they just cut you loose with a horse. It was like, they fucking led you around.
Yes.
But I do remember later in college, I weighed too much to get on their horses.
Because you were the fat guy.
No, in college, dude. I was the fat guy.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Yeah.
No, I mean, as a fat guy, I was never really weighed that much because I was a little fucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. When we were in the Lamu in Kenya a few years ago, we were on an island doing some vacationing and hanging out. Johnny, the entire mode of transportation on the island was all donkeys. They had no cars, just feet and donkeys. So it was...
interesting thing about donkeys is so where this is really fucking weird. So my California house.
Yes.
Basically there's one of the really cool fucking viewpoints is when you look out across the lake, you look at this mountain range and it's got all these fucking crazy colors. Keep in mind it's desert, so there's no greenery, there's no trees.
Yeah, of course.
But you see like this, I guess you'd say like a really strong tint of green on the dirt.
Yes.
It's a mineral because it was a mine at one point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So as legend has it, when they were mining up there fucking forever ago and our economy went to the shits or whatever happened, all these fucking miners, they went broke and they couldn't feed the animals. So they just let a whole bunch of donkeys go into the wild.
Oh.
Fucking made it. And so now there's like packs of wild donkeys that fucking roam around out there.
Well, there's a famous donkey on the screen right now. Donkeys are interesting animals. Alpacas, donkeys, they're certainly an interesting animal. And it's funny because we wouldn't be talking about donkey this morning had you not ridden one into the lab this morning. But sure enough, Jimmy puts you on a donkey, and now we're having a conversation about donkeys. Speaking about donkeys, John. Speaking about donkeys. Good morning, Batshit. Good morning, Spartacus. Speaking of donkeys, I didn't want to. So I got to have some fun with you this morning. Jimmy, what's the big news breaking out of the world right now about the donkey that was arrested this morning? Jimmy?
Is this real?
Yeah, this is real. Yeah, there's a dog. Jimmy, there was a donkey arrested this morning for the trending topic. I'd like you to run that clip, please.
UK police arrested Mountbatten at Wood Farm on Sandringham. Suspicion is misconduct in public office. Police say the case is active. Searches hit Berkshire and Norfolk. They won't name him yet, per guidance. Updates later. Titles don't erase consequences. If the standard is no one above the law, it has to hit elites too.
When the fuck did my gay brothers take on a fucking British accent?
Well, the whole thing is freaking me out because that thing actually. So, guys, that clip had no value. So, dudes, if we're gonna make content, we got to put this is a show offering value, and that actually said anything. Johnny, breaking this morning. Andrew, formerly Prince Andrew, was arrested this morning because he's been caught up in all that Epstein ridiculousness. And what's that?
No shit.
Yes. So I put it out there because I know Lauren and I have been talking a little bit lately. And is this finally where some of the world's big names are going to get kind of caught up in this mess? Because this thing's not going away. So this guy was arrested this morning.
Dude, it's just like we just recently watched the entertainment world version of this.
Yep.
This is the Epstein is the elites.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But now in terms of the Hollywood and music and all that shit, we just watched it with Diddy.
Yes.
My question is, were a lot of these people, I'm sure a lot of these people were fucking waist deep in this goofy shit.
Oh,
I think a lot of them just want to be associated in these groups.
So say that again. So you're saying, what you're saying is
like, I can remember as a kid, I'll just use it as a kid.
Yeah.
I wanted so bad to be invited to the fucking parties that I wasn't invited to, but at the time I would have gotten there. I wouldn't have done what they were doing. I wasn't going to fucking drink. I was too sheltered still at that point.
Dude, you said it best. You talked, and I don't know if you connected, but you said to me when you were first starting out in whether it was strength, bodybuilding, wrestling, you get into the room, you look around, you're like, well, if I want to be like them, I got to act like them. I need to be in the room like them. So it's the exact same thing. You're thinking, if I want to connect with some big wigs, it's probably best that I'm involved with these people. But to your point, you're like, but I don't really want to go and do the diddling shit that they're doing, but I'm trying to find a way to connect with these people. I guess, but what it comes down to, John, though, is that do we want to work with those kind of people, though, if they have the kind of integrity that we know that they don't have?
Well, brother, when you get to it, there's a certain, I can only speak from my own experience. Depending on how bad you want something, you'll overlook a lot of shit. Now, granted, I wouldn't have overlooked some of the stuff that I'm hearing about in this fucking Epstein thing. But
that's my yes.
But the point is you get into these rooms and you're like, in most cases, you experience some of it before you get there because they're not going to bring someone that's just totally fucking blind to the situation.
Yes.
But what my big point, we were talking about this a while ago, I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. Plus,
yes,
it becomes so fucking normal, you don't realize that everybody else in the fucking world doesn't. It's like it's like what they say about the mafia people. Yeah, they're in their group to the point where it all seems so normal because they don't really interact with the outside world.
No, dude, you nailed it right there. I know you don't like this word hate, but that's what is so bizarre about the normalization of what you just said, because these we get into circles, we get into units, we start thinking it's all appropriate. Next thing you know, it's quote unquote normalized, like you said, right? So, because dude, like Peter Atcha's name was on that list. We've talked about Peter Atcha, the longevity guy. Deepak Chopra has been on, Deepak Chopra was on the list. And there's names of people on these lists that you're like, oh. And then so today I was sitting having coffee and I'm like, okay, I guess we're talking about it because Andrew has now been caught up on it. And Prince Charles this morning, John, just before the show, is saying that, justice has to do its thing, but it's fascinating, man. And so here's the question for you. Is accountability finally catching up, or do you suspect it's just another one of these things where men, I'll just say it, white, powerful men, I'll just say it as it is, John. I like to call it like it is. White, powerful men who just think they can get away with anything. Because you notice, I didn't see any black men on that list.
I honestly haven't looked close enough to see.
No, neither have I. But I'm thinking about the names we've been getting caught up. It's a bunch of all these powerful, egotistical white men just caught up in all this bullshit. There you go. See, I'll call it like it is.
Well, I think probably because it's these circles probably date back into like the roots were white as to where you look at the roots of Diddy's crew. They created that crew, and the roots of those were very fucking mixed.
Yes,
but here's the saving grace, or the silver lining of what we're talking about. And you and I are fucking perfect examples. We create cultures in our own world Like we create a business culture.
Yes.
My team has it.
Oh,
outside comes in, and we're all looking at them going, do you understand what you need to do? Because if you don't do it, you're going to have to step down.
yes.
And so it's kind of the same thing. It's like, can you fucking swallow that fucking big bite that's about ready to get shoved in your mouth? If you can, you belong here. If you can't, you got to go.
Yeah, it's there's certainly truth to that. Hey, buddy, we talked about him yesterday. We got Matty Roof joining us here in a couple minutes. You can hang out this morning on the show. We're going to catch up with Matty.
Oh, good, man. Good. I was really fun. I was kind of worried when I was coming on the show. I used to see him.
I know.
I didn't realize he was down the ladder a little bit. I was like, fuck, what happened to Roofy? Goddamn.
Well, here's the thing. He's been around so long. We just bumped him down the ladder because he's like the staple on the wall. It's just there. You just know Roofy's there. So it's like, he's kind of becoming you and I. He's just there all the time. So it's just awesome. Actually, we're going to bring him up here in a quick second. Spartacus says Chris Tucker was on the list. You're right, John. And you think about it, right? So let's just back it up to the simplicity of this. Like when you like to break stuff down, you take powerful elite men. I'll say it like it is. You take elite creepy men, you take whatever, females, attractive females, young females, and you now have a blackmailing situation that you can control men like no tomorrow. Just think about that, right? It's actually I hate it, but it's the perfect greasy solution. It's the perfect greasy thing that is all.
Dude, and this crazy part is this situation is so off the rails.
Oh,
it's even allowed you, or I shouldn't say allowed, it's tricked you into using a word that you normally won't allow.
Yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true.
You cut that word slack.
Yeah. You're right.
Because of this situation.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
Well, because it's hard to describe it, and the whole world's still trying to wrap their head around it. But anyways, we've given it enough time. The reality is accountability finally catching up with the world's elite? And John,
brother, here's the thing.
Yeah,
we know about this Epstein thing.
Yes.
I guarantee you there are so many deeper fucking layers. But the crew that did that were fucking smart enough to keep the circle so small.
Yes.
No one will ever find out about it.
Yes.
See, the problem with the Epsteins and Diddy's is they fucking, they think that they're finally going to be able to suck their own cock.
Well,
and they just keep, every time I get somebody new, it gets a little longer. It's a fucking illusion.
Well, it is. And then, you think you'll get away with it forever.
100%. You have these visions of grandeur that you can just fucking lean down and have a lick. It's never going to happen.
Yes. Good. Charlie says he's still alive. Well, that's a whole other conversation. Is he still alive? Is he living somewhere on the planet? I'm not sure. You know what? Let's do this. Jimmy, let's bring in the patient young man hanging out waiting for us. I'd love to hear Mr. Roof's opinion. Matty Roof joining us this morning in the lab. What's going on, Roofy? Jimmy, let's bring him up here.
Well, look who decided to grace mornings in the lab with his presence.
It's the network OG himself, Matt Roof. We've missed you.
Does he have his clothes the right way on today?
All I want to know about is the gingery pork meatball soup.
Matt, it's been too long. Welcome back to the lab.
Before we get into it, what's your take on John's horse face theory? Help me out, dude.
My eyes are really close together.
Hold on, the gay brothers got to get this together. This is not my fucking theory. I saw this on a goddamn Discovery horse show, for Christ's sake. That's like me saying one of the gay brothers ask what are they? It's like calling the Epstein thing your fucking deal. No, you're discussing something you fucking saw on the news or on Jesus Christ.
Well, you brought it, and so yeah.
Keith brought Epstein, so now am I supposed to assume that he's fucking selling or buying and selling fucking children?
That's great. That is freaking awesome. So my take, honestly, on the thing, I always associate eyes that are wide apart with fetal alcohol syndrome. Therefore, not intelligence, but
I think we actually kind of discovered.
I like this idea that it started biologically, right?
Well, I think we discovered on an animal the theory would make sense, and if it can see more peripherally, it's going to be a more relaxed animal, probably much more coachable than that animal that fucking can't see to the side hears something, freaks out, and now can't focus on the trainer's direction.
Right. Hey, Billis, maybe Sid could have used some wider eyes. You might have seen Gudis coming.
Oh my God! So Rufy, I'm not even going to address your jersey. So Johnny, Team Canada played yesterday. USA played yesterday. Yes, I know your guys won and my guys won, and we're going to meet on Saturday. We'll have the chat next week, Rufy. We'll have the chat next week. Hey, so you talking about wide eyes, Johnny, Maddie, Kai? I got some words of wisdom here.
Are we talking wide or are we talking wide?
I got somebody whose eyes, I don't know, are they wide or are they not wide, but he might be brilliant. Kai, let's run some words of wisdom. And boys, observe how wide his eyes are and tell me if he's brilliant.
I have no technical ability.
So what are you being paid for?
The confidence that I have in my taste and my ability to express what I feel.
So I put that on there. Rick Rubin, the famous, I'm a huge fan of Rick Rubin, famous producer Rick Rubin. And Johnny, I put that on there because he used the word feel. You're a big fan of feel. And the question Anderson asked him was, like, what are you hired for? Like, what's your skills? He's like, I don't really have any skills. People hire me for my confidence and for how I essentially make them because of what I know, about how I feel about something.
You can listen to something and know if it's going to work.
Yes.
There's actually a word for it. It's called discernment. And it's something that all leaders have, which is the ability to judge and say, this is bullshit and this is good. And you just know. And it's something that you're trained in. It's discernment.
Matt, hold on. I'd like to correct you. There's a leader of your country that I don't know who discernment is.
Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah. but I put that clip with Ruben up there because we always talk about feelings, Johnny, and I know Petro is wants evidence. It's hard to quantify feelings, but Ruben talks about them, and sometimes you just know. And John, we were talking about yesterday.
It's great that it's nice to have your science.
Yes, right? Yes.
But science is not always the first, and it's not always the strongest evidence. I mean, me personally, I have led science in multiple discoveries.
Okay.
So I not back up what I did with protein for fucking almost a decade.
Well, yeah, you didn't listen to the science. You're like,
no, I did I just did what worked for me.
That's what I mean.
Like, well, if the science says it's not going to work for everybody else, that's fine, but it's working for me. So I guess you all are kind of fucked.
Well, yeah, and if it's your science, how is that incorrect?
Well, it's just, it's here's the thing. Most people don't repeat one thing enough to gather the data to understand what's truly going on. You understand how much you have to repeat the same fucking thing over and over with different fucking angles on different types of data to register that something is actually working, where you can stand on it and say, I don't care what anybody else says.
Yes.
Most people don't have that repetitive nature, or they don't have the fucking guts to stick in that repetitive nature to truly gather the data to stand on to believe in what they're doing because they've done it enough.
An undeniable belief.
Repetition feels good to me. That's why I fucking became good at what I did.
Yes. Oh, I can relate to that. So Matt, I'm curious to you because you have gotten into repetition with your show now. Now you're into a regular rhythm. Is just what you do now. Yeah. Can you hang on Johnny's comments there as well?
I can. So July 7th, I went live, and I've gone live every single day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. And what that has done for me in terms of my consistency and my routine, which I never had. I was a wake up whenever, whatever, but I know that I have this commitment and this accountability. So my consistency of showing up has led to my ability to build trust in myself and in others, and others trusting me now because I've proven I can be trustworthy by showing up every day. I don't know if that answered your question or not.
Well, now think about this, brother. I love your discovery. Your discovery is so fucking amazing. I love to hear it, but I just want you to close your eyes and think about what you just said and how much you've advanced since July 7th, I believe, right? Now, real quick, just imagine when you multiply the feeling you have times 10, because once you've done something for a decade, now you can say you're consistent. But the difference when I say that's consistent on the highest level, you are consistent way consistent according to the everyday man.
Oh, 100%.
This is the difference between the greatness and not. When you do something consistently for a decade and you never miss, ever, now you've got it. So just think, you've made such amazing strides as you just explained. It gave me goose pimples to hear it. But just think what you have to come. You're going to look back at this day and go, fuck, I thought I understood.
Well, I love about it too, Johnny, is that it's inevitable. Like, Matt, it's inevitable for you because you've actually gotten over the hump now. And what I mean by that is that you made the decision in July. We're still here in February. The decision continues to perpetuate itself. Your mirror is giving you the evidence that you're trustworthy, that all the things you just talked about. So your own mirror continues to perpetuate your own truth, which I love. So to Anderson's point, like the next 10, 20 years, it's inevitable what happens to you. That's a good feeling, is it not?
Oh, sure. To know that it's coming, even on the days when things suck. Because trust me, I've had a lot of shitty days since July 7th.
Yeah,
I've still shown up. That gives me hey, listen, the least I can do is show up.
Yes,
yeah, my kid's sick. The least I can do is show up. Yeah, I lost the job that was supposed to help me to get my kid out of his sickness. I still show up.
Yes,
all these things, and for me, that's self-reliance, self-awareness, and accountability. That wouldn't
brother, your standard of all this,
by the way,
your standard of all this is going to change because in 10 years, you'll never consider fucking 7 months consistent. You'll think I'm just fucking opening the door. But right now, you're where you were from your old standard to now. You feel great about your consistency because you've done a great job. But when you get to that point, you'll never look at 7 months as anything fucking to talk about.
It's
come and talk to me in 5 more years. Now I can start. Now I'll start claiming some consistency.
It's such a cool
I love the way you always bump it up. The first time we ever had this conversation, John, you told me to come back and see you in a year. So I'm at 7 months. I'll see you in a year, and I'll see you in 5 years.
You know what I'll tell you in 10 years?
Yeah. Go 20.
Come back and see me in a decade.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it. It's
because once you're here, it never stops.
Yeah. Yeah. And Maddie, I bet you too, as you've been going through this journey yourself, in your own brain, you've reframed the words to get, right? Like, I get to get up and do this even with my kids sick. I get to get up and do this when the days are shitty. Like, and I've gotten to know you over the last 7 months where I know you've reframed that word in your head and you run towards it now, don't you, Rufy?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I was an escape artist in the past, or I discounted myself. Oh, that's not that big of a deal. Like, whatever, you know what I mean? But being able to get up and say, I get to do this. I'm privileged to do this within myself is a priceless lesson that I'm in the process of learning and growing through.
I love it.
And the biggest gift that you have, brother, is you're putting it on Front Street for everybody else who was trying to see.
I know.
Because it's one thing when someone looks at me and goes, well, fuck, he's done multiple things for decades plus. It's to the barrier of entry. Where do I start? They're watching you at 7 months going, fuck, okay, he just started a few months back. They see that gateway. They see that they can go through the door also.
The people, and like you said, it's been 7 months, and you're right. And the people that I've met through this process, amazing, and my life is changing and evolving unbelievably. But the people who I've met who at 4 months, at 5 months, now it's 7 months, who I'm still getting DMs and talking to, they're like, holy shit, every day? Christmas, you were there? Thanksgiving, you were there? New Year's, you were there? Yeah, I was there. I am here.
But Maddie, let's just pause here for a second. So share with us how it's changed your own mirror, though. Like, actually your own mirror, your own attitude, your own philosophy on your life, like your own self. Seriously, bro.
So yeah, I appreciate that. Absolutely. So within myself, the confidence that I have grown within myself, even at 54 years old, even after a 30-year career of achieving amazing things within a corporate America that I couldn't stand and led me to suicidal thoughts and addiction and all those things that misalignment led me to. This process has been completely changing in terms of, I said it before, my confidence in myself to show up, proving it to myself. I don't have to prove it to a single person. I don't care if a single person shows up at 7:30 in the morning on my live stream, although they do, and they're starting more and more, starting to come back, and I appreciate that. And even on the days where I'm like, fuck, I'm not growing fast enough. It's not happening. It's not going to click. Nobody's getting this. I'm not reaching anybody. I can still say to myself, yeah, but I did it. But I did it for myself. And tomorrow I'll come back and maybe somebody will get something out of it, or whatever the case may be. But
can I pitch a little thought in there for you, brother?
And right? and the other thing that it has done for me is that, and I was first attracted to this program through the idea of habit stacking, because I was 50, I didn't understand that, right?
Yeah.
This is now my habit. This is now the foundation.
Oh, I love that.
Become the foundation of my habit of every night preparing for the following day, of waking up at 5:45 in the morning, and sitting down to my little 6x8 studio and getting myself mentally prepared, drinking my coffee, reading the news, whatever, but getting ready. And it is my routine. And I click off at 8 o'clock and I am off to the races, right? Sometimes listening to the show, I've been in and out with you. You know that, Keith. I mean, I've been open with you about my journey. My goal to be completely self-sufficient and a solopreneur took a sidestep because of family stuff, but I'm back to it. I don't know what the future holds, except that every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m., I'm hitting go live and meeting people and growing and learning as I go.
That's gold. Johnny.
So here's a thought you just kind of process, brother. And I use this for myself, my clients, my kids, and even in this journey with Keith, it's just my own internal monologue. Right? When I get caught up, you're talking about, fuck, we're not growing, fuck, there's not enough people, blah, blah, blah. Really easy to get caught up in these types of metrics.
Yeah.
But these metrics take care of themselves when we focus on what we're doing. Because when we make right now the best it can be, that's why they come. When we're so fuck, nobody's here, we're conveying that lack. People don't want to come view and absorb lack. They show up and go, fuck, this guy's got almost nobody here, but he is killing it. This is what I want to be a part of.
Yes.
So I can't believe it. I appreciate what you're saying, John. One of the things, couple things actually, but the first is the number of times people jump into my stream and maybe there's one or two other people in there and they say, oh, I'm so sorry your stream's not successful. And I say, my stream is successful because I'm showing up here. And if you keep showing up, we'll continue to be successful. My measure of success is not how many people are watching right now at this moment. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. Keith, John.
Your metrics of success is all the amazing shit you shared about yourself.
That's it. Keith, John, and Matt hanging out this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, getting after it every single day live on morningsinthelab.live, mitl.live. Hey, Matt, have you had food allergies, Matt, over your life?
Luckily, no, I have not had any kind of allergy. Although my wife insists that I'm lactose intolerant because I get a little gassy after milk for dairy products. But I have not had any significant food.
Johnny, you have, you've recognized over your journey with food, like you know what's good for you, you know what's not good for you. I don't know if you're allergic, but I know you well enough that you're.
Well, get rid of the word allergic, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
That's a ridiculous word. Does it work well with you or not? If your digestion gets fucked up, do you need the word allergic to stop fucking eating it?
So I like the reframing of that. Let me put this on the table. So we know, we're talking AI making videos, making pictures, making crazy stuff. But some of the things we hope that AI is going to do for us is discover, solutions to cancer and to disease and things like that. Well, we're finding now that AI models are helping folks, and John, I'll put the word on the table. They're helping folks with allergies and diagnosing allergies by accuracy by up to 40%. Sterling Preston, talk to us about this.
Doctors guess wrong on allergies more than people think. These AI models improved accuracy by roughly 40% using peanut challenge data.
They analyzed 146 peanut oral food challenges from the IMPACT trial. A CNN blended skin tests and component proteins into one prediction.
It's not in clinics yet. It's an Apple AI presentation this month. But if it holds, fewer kids need high-risk challenges.
So right now we know everyone gets pricks with needles. They prick with needles, and these models are now predicting allergic reactions to food better than yesterday, which maybe will give us humans better choices of food and better.
Can you go back a little bit? How was that? Was it prick? Was that?
Yes, prick. Yeah, just like that, Johnny. Yeah.
Why so many pricks? Why do we need prick? How about just you get pricked with a needle and find out if it has a reaction?
Well, because I know people that have had a lot of pricks in them. Prick. Like a lot of pricks. You see somebody's arm or leg and they're like 50 pricks in them. Did you know that? Seriously. Like, so every prick can like find
I think everybody knows that. That's why I'm curious why you're saying it. You know, it's like rain. It's going to go, I'm going to go outside and it's rain.
Not just one rain.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of raindrops. Yeah, there's a lot of pricks, but do we need to outline each one of them? That was so good, dude. Prick. Do that again for me. This is a great soundbite. You have to capture this, Jimmy.
Just prick. It's what it is, man. Yeah, just solving allergic reactions with less pricks. Less pricks, Maddie. Less pricks. Yeah, there you go.
Well, you know, if you figure when it comes down to it, when you eat something and it fucks you up, it's a good idea that you probably shouldn't eat it again.
Well, but if it tastes so good, sometimes we might want to eat it again.
Well, fuck, why don't you just join the fucking heroin fucking party?
I've never tried heroin. True story. I've never tried.
Well, then if it tastes so good, go back to fucking eating whatever made the porky little you.
It was Reese's peanut butter cups and loaves of bread and ketchup, Johnny. I know you loved your loads of ketchup, your loads of bread, Johnny.
Oh, brother, but keep in mind, I was eating those loaves of bread because I thought it was a purpose. I didn't realize it. It wasn't a pleasure thing. Fuck.
Wait, what? You were loading up on like Wonder Bread, white bread?
Yes, he was.
No. I never eat Wonder Bread in my fucking life, for Christ's sake.
I didn't know.
Christ. We're never allowed to have Wonder Bread in our fucking house, for God's sake.
Roman meal?
Because in those days, you remember, there was really no journals. There was very little magazines talk about what to eat to build muscle. Yes. So you'd hear. I didn't even have a fucking TV, so you're hearing this shit. Oh, the TV says eat bread, eat wheat. Remember those commercials? So I'm fucking eating wheat bread, thinking that's the answer. But keep in mind, this is highly purpose, not pleasure-driven activity. Fuck, there's a lot of things I could have been eating that would have tasted a lot better than plain fucking wheat bread.
Yeah. Hey, Roofy, did you enjoy Kermit the Frog growing up?
Huge Muppet fan. Muppet fan.
Yeah. So, Johnny, you and I haven't had a conversation about the Muppets, Johnny. I'm kind of curious. Were you a Muppet fan, Johnny?
Yeah, I can't say that I was.
No, interesting.
I was more of like a Popeye guy. I resonated already with those type of characters.
Kermit the Frog here. So Jim Henson was pretty good at being a puppeteer with Kermit the Frog. And I got a little video here, and you'll see how committed that Jim was when he brought Kermit the Frog on screen. So Kai, let's run the video of Jim Henson and how committed he was when he was talking with Kermit the Frog.
Dude, that's so fitting.
Kermit made it.
Well, it's a kind of a fleecing fabric. The first Kermit was made out of. Watch there, will you? The first Kermit I made the first Kermit out of a spring coat of my mother's, and a couple of ping pong balls for the eyes. We still use ping pong balls. I don't. Humiliating.
Yes.
Like, look how good. Like, he's not like the talent. Kermit's talking. Henson's face is straight. And Kermit's voice is going after him. Like that is a committed skill, John Anderson, Matt Roof. Like that is fucking good, man.
And you know what that is fucking great practice, man.
Yes.
You know what fucking practice you got to do to nail that down?
How much did Kermit say without saying a word while Henson is talking? And that's just his hand inside of a felt sack, for Christ's sake. And he's making all this expression with just his finger. It is unbelievable.
That's why I love showing examples, Johnny, because it's these little examples through all of our life. When we look at the greats, John, we talk about Kobe on the show and so forth. And this is a good example. It's a fucking puppet, a guy and his hand in a sock, and arguably probably one of, if not the world's greatest with that. Think about how often he had to do that when nobody was watching. Ruthie, we talk back to nobody watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hours of him doing that, nobody watching, for Anderson, that 1-2 minute moment on stage or behind the camera where all of a sudden the world's like, holy smokes, that's pretty damn good. But that's a great example of a million hours of nobody paying attention for 1 minute of essentially celebration.
Absolutely. So I had the pleasure of going to the University of Maryland. Henson is a University of Maryland graduate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So he donated, and the foundation donated a ton of money there. And he was in his freaking Maryland dorm rooms in like the 50s and 60s, I guess it was, doing these puppets. And he talks about
that makes a lot of sense,
exactly what you just said, the hours of using his mother's coat with a ping pong balls attached to it, figuring out how to.
It makes a lot of sense, though, doesn't it? It just shows the time that he invested. It's like, what was it? John Mayer was the same thing. He's just spent hours and hours in his dorm room playing a fucking guitar.
Yes.
They say 10,000 hours, right? Isn't that the number?
I think that's just a down payment. That's that's the first level that most people need to see if they got the fucking sack to get to, because the greats, that's a down payment on their greatness.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, guys, we often talk about longevity on this show. There's a recent study tracking 103,000 adults. Kai, let's get this one rolling here. A major study finding that men and women benefiting from different diets. I know how much we dislike the word, Johnny, but different diets for longevity. Kai, what happened? Sterling Preston, what happened with this one?
UK tracked 103,000 adults for 11 years. 5 healthy patterns cut death risk, but men and women didn't win the same way.
Women did best Mediterranean style.
Men did best steady blood sugar eating.
Fewer spikes from refined carbs and sugary drinks.
The strongest longevity signal was fiber, not a trendy hack. Biggest risk was sugary drinks, so build meals around real food.
I know you, Anderson. Hold on. I know you're going to jump on this one. Here was the key. The key was the fiber. Right. So those that ate more fiber, and I know you know this, which is why I wanted to celebrate with you, because I know you talk about it often. And it's a micronutrient. I want to go here with you, Anderson. It's a micronutrient that not enough people pay attention to. Right. So we're still focused on macro, but the power of the study really linked that the key to having people live longer was actually the fiber, Johnny. It was the fiber that was the one key.
But it's very correct. I'm agreeing with everything, but they are missing the foundational level.
Tell me.
And it's very simple. And this one little phrase it's because I get this question all the time.
Yeah.
What's the best diet?
Well, so it's,
so here's the answer. The one that you stick to.
Yes. And the one, the one that works best for you. Right? Yeah.
The science is compliance.
Yeah, Petro, there's one for you. The science is the compliance with John Anderson this morning on the Big Show.
When it comes down to it, is, and even what they're saying, when you're only eating whole real foods, or a better way to do it is remove processed foods.
Yes,
it gets rid of. You can't help but to find fiber in your diet.
Yes, yeah.
So it can even be more simple than this. It's making it out to be, because that's what people need.
But Anderson, you would agree with me. So Maddie, I'm going to throw both of you guys in this one. Anderson, would you agree with me that people are confused by fiber still to this day?
I think people are confused by fucking food, let alone fiber. But I mean, I agree with you. Yeah. I mean, most people think, oh, fiber. I'm going to shit my pants. No, fucking fiber makes it so you actually have a healthy fucking dump.
Matt, do you get enough fiber?
I do. I am a fiber guy. I add things like wheat germ and other things to food, because I've had problems with my digestion.
Okay.
And I know that I use flax. We use a lot of that.
Yeah, flax is really good, brother.
We just add it into shit. sprinkle it on our salads, mix it into even pancake mix. We make like a healthy whole wheat flax pancake. And I tell you, when I'm on my fiber, those nice fluffy good shits, and when I'm not, it's no good.
Yeah.
And I also know that fiber carries away all those other toxins too, right? So it's carrying away in your waste all that. But I also have to say, when you were talking about longevity, I thought we were going to be talking about something else, but I enjoy fiber too.
Well, and here's the thing: people don't. There's certain types of fiber, like psyllium husk would be one example.
Yeah.
That, and I believe that crushed flax seeds will do the same thing. Don't quote me on this, but ultimately, I know for sure the psyllium husk goes in, basically attaches to the digestive juices or the enzymes that are, for the most part, worn out.
Okay.
Drag them out of there, you'll shit them out. Then when you're sleeping, your body's it starts taking a head count, checking all its systems. Wait a minute, I'm way down on my digestive enzyme head count. I better make some new ones. So it's constantly replenishing digestive power, which means nutrient upload is better, which means gut health is better. So it's something that needs to be a regular part of a person's intake.
I think when I think of fiber, John, where my assumption where people's confusion is that they'll just get it in a box, quote unquote, whereas we want to get most of our fiber from whole foods. Correct?
Well, if people think I'm going to get my protein in a fucking can of peanut butter.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Same thing, right? It's like
it's the way that we've been. It's the way that we've been trained to think, rather than which is about trained to spend our money when it comes down to.
Yes.
Versus, when you really understand, you realize that, and the thing about it is if you just fucking eat whole real foods, like Matt, I love what you were saying, but the pancake mix is not fucking helping the process. That makes sense?
But we don't use pancake mix. We don't use anything out of a box. Everything is measured, and my wife is brilliant at this. And it's funny because my kids, their friends would come over and go, "You have nothing to eat in your house. You guys are just an ingredient house. You just have a bunch of ingredients." I said, "Yeah, you take the ingredients and you make some fucking food out of it."
That's good, bro. That's really good. Yeah. What is the base of the pancake mix?
So she has a variety of them. One is a cottage cheese based pancake.
Oh, good. Very good.
Whole wheat flour of some kind. I don't know what it is, but it always has flax, pumpkin seeds, a little bit of that.
Now we're talking. The reason I was calling that out, brother.
And I have one pancake or maybe 1.5 pancakes, not a stack this fucking high.
There you go. Because the reason I was calling it out is because then the flip side, like the extreme version of what I would have said, you would have been like the really fucking good end, someone that's putting, wheat germ or crushed flax seeds into pancake mix. That's pretty fucking good. I mean, that's really good for most people. Then the flip side is, oh yeah, let me take this probiotics before I eat my fucking Happy Meal. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That really doesn't. Yeah.
Hey, Keith, John, and Maddie hanging out this morning at Mornings and Alive. Hey, I got something to show you guys that has never been seen before. John, I like to show this stuff on the plane. Check this out. A pilot landing an airplane on a moving train at about 90 miles per hour, and then he takes off again. Again, of course, it's a Red Bull stunt, but this is crazy, man. I saw this yesterday. I was like, wow, watch this. Like, he lands on the plane. Like, again, John, back to your timing, because you're good. You're good at explaining these physics things. We talked about it yesterday when you saw those guys. Like, look at this. Like, this is skill, man.
Yeah, I mean, the airfoil, which is the wing.
Yeah.
Right. It's got enough. He's really, he's landing, but because he's moving so fast, he's almost landing like a helicopter. Oh, now, in essence, he can basically just pick right back up because that airfoil is keeping all the lift he needs.
And then, John, I got to imagine the wind coming off that train would have been messing with him too. I'm thinking, like just like that. I'm just thinking out loud here, but that's pretty impressive.
I mean, either way, that's a pretty cool to watch, But I mean, there are probably factors that he had to negotiate that we have zero idea about.
Yes.
I mean, that's the crazy thing is we can pick out some of the real general basic stuff, but if we're talking that pilot who go, yeah, you're correct, but I also had to worry about A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Shit that we just don't understand.
Yes, yes.
Like the way that he touched it down, right? and then he accelerated a little bit to get back up. So he was teetering right where that airflow wouldn't keep him up. Touchdown, hit the gas, and took off. So we're talking about a mile an hour or 2 or a knot or whatever the fuck they call it. That's the difference maker.
It's
crazy.
Cool. It's
Can you
cool.
imagine the number of decisions that
oh fuck yeah, dude! And that's that list of letters that we don't understand. He's got to fucking hit those all at once, you know?
Yeah. Hey, Maddie, can you stick around for the big conversation after the reset here about how to raise a child in a world that's no longer real?
I'm excited to do that. Yeah.
Awesome, let's do that. So before we do that,
man, I love it, brother. Thank you for staying.
Yeah, before we do that,
have you here.
I want to do this. So I remember over the last couple of years, and Matt, I think you and I have even had this conversation with folks where people be like, oh, AI is not going to have any empathy, and AI can't have empathy, and AI will not ever be empathetic. Well, as our models keep emerging, there's some studies that are finding that AI can judge empathetic communication nearly as good as human beings. Kai, let's drop it.
Northwestern says AI can grade empathy, like a ref with feelings, published in Nature Machine Intelligence. They tested Gemini 2.5 Pro, ChatGPT 4o, and Claude 3.7 Sonnet. 200 support chat. It matched expert raters. That could train doctors, teachers, and support teams fast, but not as a companion. Use AI as an auditable judge instead.
Maddie, what they found was that the models outperformed non-experts at spotting behaviors like encouraging elaboration and demonstrating understanding. And what they're finding is that these models can train humans how to be more empathetic, like doctors and teachers and other experts when they're dealing with humans, because these models are learning a sense of empathy. What's your thoughts on this, Rufy?
So I have no doubt that is true. However, it still takes that human to interpret what that says. So to translate it, I'm not quite sure that we're ever going to get to a point where it's just one man and one machine, and that's the healthiest, best way to do it. It's about the collaboration of taking those experiences. I don't know if that answered your question or not, but it's a little bit of bullshit. But
yeah.
I didn't know what we were getting into.
So Anderson Petro jumps in and says recent studies also show that people tend to judge AI-generated empathetic responses as more empathetic than human responses. So interesting.
They absolutely do. That was a study that was done at Stanford. It was like I actually read it. It was not an insignificant percentage. It was like 40 to 60% more trust in the empathetic response of a AI bot than of their human counselor. Now, I don't know what the study was. I can tell you what my experience is. I have absolutely used my AI chatbot to help me emotionally.
100%.
No question about it. It has helped me to stay but to move from getting out of a bad mental space, a dark space, into remembering things, triggering the my own positive responses, like when I'm feeling down, like, oh, I feel like shit about this. Well, remember this, right? Because it has such an amazing memory. And as I talk and train my bot, it gets to know me, right? And it remembers shit that I can't remember at the time when I'm under stress or in crisis.
Yeah. Anderson?
Yeah, I think I'm probably taking a little bit more of a purist human position on AI. And Matt, I'm not discounting anything you're saying. I'm glad you got some benefit from what you're doing. That's what it's all about. But I think with AI, I am very happy to use it inside of the things that I know for sure are real.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, you're
when I ask it to help me, when I put something in there and say, look, I need you to tighten this up. I need you to make this, do the grammar and space it. That's a task that would have taken me time that it can do in 5 seconds. And I'm totally happy with that. Love it. But, even like when it comes to or I'll use it for hey, find me this phone number at this place, XYZ. But you start asking it to solve problems. Ask it 10 times. See what happens.
It's going to give you different solutions. So you still have to have
different solutions. But that would be assuming that they were all viable solutions. I wouldn't call some of what it's spitting back solutions. It's pleasing is what it's doing.
There's definitely some of that.
And so my point being is then then all of a sudden when I take it into I bring that tool into my state, I want to be self-reliant with my state. I don't want to be leaning on something that potentially could be bringing forward something that I don't know that is the solution. Is it really a solution? I'm in some sort of a position where I'm not thinking clearly, and all of a sudden I swallow something that it's put in front of me that maybe really wouldn't have been something I would have swallowed had I been in the proper state. So I mean, my whole life has been me managing me. I mean, I told my middle daughter, who's just like me, I said, when she was 18, I said, look, one of the biggest challenges you're going to have in your life is learning to manage yourself, but you got to learn to do it. And when you do that, you're going to be happy. But if you don't learn to do it, you're going to live a very conflicted life. So I take that job upon myself in my writing and my meditation time, my thinking. And I've been against counselors and psychologists and all this shit. I'm not saying that I don't research and read and test, but I guess I've just taken a very self-reliant position on AI with me.
Interesting. Good morning, Rico. Good morning, Euro Scott, joining us from England this morning. Euro, you've been here before, and thanks for hanging out with us. We did talk a little bit about the dude who got arrested this morning, but we're talking about AI and having empathy and so forth right now. But here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to reset. John, I want to do lifestyle tip. We'll come back, reset hour 2, and come back and get into conversation about how to raise a child in a non-truth world. Kai, let's get after it. Lifestyle tip.
Lifestyle tip today is going to be simple but actionable. We were talking about diet a little while ago, and as through that conversation I realized that I should probably put some really, really simple guidelines, actionable thoughts, actionable processes on the table for you guys when it comes to a diet or the way you eat. Because I think that's probably the thing that holds most people back. And I think what we have to realize is this. We decide that we're going to take a new step with, getting in shape or eating better, whatever we want to call it. And usually that step is, great. First off, I commend you for taking the first step. But in so many cases, that step is too big. The step is too complex. The step is great in theory, but not in reality. And as I said earlier in the show, the best diet is the one you stick to. The science is the compliance. Well, make your first step simple and actionable. Maybe as simple as, okay, I'm going to make sure that I eat breakfast because I'm not eating breakfast. I'm going to make sure that I don't go eat fast food for lunch. I'm going to make sure that I have some sort of a healthier dinner that's not fast food based, that represents the food groups. I need some protein, I need some healthy fats, I need some vegetable, just very simple guidelines. And make it to where if you make a mistake or if it's not perfect, you can continue on tomorrow because you don't feel like you have failed so poorly. When you make a system or a diet or a goal so big and so complex, and you're not used to executing these types of things, you make a mistake, you feel poorly, and it kind of hinders your momentum moving forward. And that's what I'm getting at. We want to eliminate that part of this equation. So if you're thinking, Jesus Christ, I had all these goddamn goals and I already screwed them up this year with my eating habits, and don't sweat it. Try again. Make it very, very simple. And I'm not going to tell you how to make it simple. I just gave you some suggestions because it doesn't have to be a huge change. It just needs to be a small change that you stick to. Rock and roll.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. You're listening to the big show where we help men and every human out there start their day with entertaining conversation, momentum, and positive energy. Hey, if you're just joining us, hit that like button. Good morning, Spartacus. Good morning, Rico. And good morning, Euro Scott. Come subscribe to the channel. Come say hello in the chat. Make sure you head on over to mitl.live. Euro, morning, Rico. You guys checked in? Go to mitl.live and check into the show. Show us your proof. Show us you're alive. Show us that you're out there and show us that you're up getting after your biggest goals. And you can do that by checking into mitl.live. Click on show us your proof and upload your own picture or generate a picture and have some fun with us. It doesn't cost you anything, but what it will give you is some positive energy that will inspire you to move forward. Hey guys, we also got some polls there. We got some questions there. Go check out mitl.live to join the morning conversation when the show is over. Hey guys, first hour we talked about Andrew. Yeah, we did. Is accountability catching up to the world's elite? Well, maybe it is. I invite you guys to go back to that conversation. We got into a bunch of other things as well, but right now we're going to get into the deep dive. How to raise kids with built-in bullshit detectors in a post-truth world. And then Morning Focus coming up in about 30 minutes or so. We're going to discuss why the interface is dead. Yes, it is. And why the future belongs to leaders who can communicate and command AI with your voice. Let's get into it. Hour 2. It starts right now.
Your kid scrolls 2 hours, then argues like a lawyer. The algorithm isn't teaching, it's training. We keep saying be careful. That's vague. Teach 4 skills: emotion, verify, bias. Simple daily reps. Wikipedia is not scripture, it's a battleground. Click history with your team. Ask what's missing and who benefits. We don't reject everything, we interrogate everything. If it makes you furious, that's a red flag, not a fact. You're not raising a kid to win debates. You're raising a kid who can lead their mind. Let's build that ritual.
Maddie, I can't imagine raising a kid in 2025, 26, 27, 28 in a world where I don't know what is real.
Yeah. So
can you? I'm serious. Can
no,
you?
No, I cannot. I mean, I do have children, but they're adult children at this point, right?
Yeah.
20-year-old twins, but even the world that we were raising our kids in, I know you got, carts and whatever. Yeah. About the same age group today. But it's still our responsibility as adults, with our 19, 20-year-olds, whatever the case may be, to help them see that, because they haven't experienced this and don't have the context of the world to say, is this bullshit or not? They just know they're inundated with the same message over and over again about something because they clicked on one button once and now it's just coming at them fast and furious.
Yes. You know what's crazy, John and Maddie, is that what would count as real proof in 2026? And I'm fucking serious. John, is it like your experience, which is okay?
What are we talking about? I don't have my headset on, so I couldn't hear you guys.
Yeah, we're talking about raising kids. You're grandpa now, Johnny. You got daughters raising children. The world's different now, and the world doesn't really know what truth is. And this is not about politics. It's about actually a world that we don't know what truth is. We don't know what proof is, because sometimes I can say, well, this is real, and John's like, well, that's not real. So how do we grow up how do we teach kids, and how do we raise children in a world where proof is not necessarily truth? John Anderson.
Well, the one thing that, if you could eliminate one thing that would remove the majority of the fucking problem, is called social media.
But that ain't happening.
Well, it depends on how serious you are about raising your kid.
Interesting perspective. Rufy?
So I agree with John that the influence of social media is the primary influence on our children, but I look at it a little different and say, how do we use these as teachable moments? Certainly control, especially for young kids, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I agree with leaving tech off the table for kids until they're much older. But even now, you use them as teachable moments. How to ask questions, who benefits, where did the information come from? Are there alternative perspectives to consider? And I think the guys, our buddies said it, which is check your emotions. If you're reacting, it's probably something you want to look into, not to confirm that bias, but to question it.
Well, and Maddie, you're spot on. And what's being displayed here is, of course, you asked me a question. I go to extreme. I go as far as I can, but that's my nature. Yeah. Matt, here's what I says good point, but what about right here? Right? The problem is, and I agree with you, brother, 100%. The problem is, right, what about right here? Fucking adults have a hard time with what about right here. Yes. So how are we going to teach fucking kids something that we're having a hard time getting a grip on ourselves? So I think I had mentioned that there was, I'll summarize this quick. There's this outside fucking possibility that Tara and I might have had another kid a couple of years ago. Outside possibility. Right? And I was like, well, fuck. I mean, after the idea shook me to the fucking core, I was like, okay, well, you get a chance to do this again. Just think how much better you can do. Yeah. And some of the shit that I was going to be doing was right along with what we're talking about.
So I want to put something on the table for you guys to.
But real quick, I want you to know, because you need to hear this of all people. It wasn't going to be elimination from these tools. It was going to be elimination from the sources of poor information.
Well, so yes, and I wanted to continue with you, John, because what I would suspect would happen if you had a child today, is how I'm envisioning it, is that and I'm being serious here, you would be teaching that child proof through real habits.
Yeah, I mean,
follow me. So hold on, because I think that you can show proof through real, undeniable habits, and to me, those habits indicate evidence. So is Matt fake? Well, let's look at his habits, because his habits will undeniably show us the evidence whether it's real or not, right? Because if I show you an image, you don't know how it got there unless you look underneath. So John, I see you. We joke about judging a book by its cover. Okay, well, I'm going to judge John by the habits that created him, which creates my truth. You follow me?
Yes, but I think what I'm looking at this a little different in the fact that there's a child that's getting older, and I've got time frame that I've got to work with.
Yes.
I'm 100% focused on setting of the standards of that child, not fucking worried about how to help him negotiate some fucking tool that would be different in fucking 15 years when I finally let it work on it.
So that's my point, is that if you teach good human habits, to me, isn't that what the proof is? Because you can't fake walking up the stairs 1,000 times. You can't fake doing 1,000 bench presses. So
but why are we even talking about fakes if he's not fucking getting exposed, or she's not getting exposed to what this, is it real or not? It's a waste of fucking time at that early age. I would be interesting. I got a buddy of mine. His name's Michael Hernan. He's got this boy, and he has what he's done with this fucking boy is nuts in terms of just the kid speaks fucking multiple languages. Yes. Fucking plays the piano like fucking Mozart.
Yeah.
He's involved in so many things, and he's great at all of them because he's not distracted.
Right, but actually, aren't you supporting my point though? Because Mike is teaching that kid the proof of good habits.
Yes, but what I don't need to prove those good habits is to expose to, is this real or not? That never even enters the equation.
Okay, that's okay.
I don't need that. I don't need that to teach standard and habits.
That's fair. That's fair. Roofy, I see you want to jump.
The thing that keeps coming to my mind is something that you taught me, Keith, which is leaning into creation versus consumption, right? And that's
100%, Roofy, 100%. Yeah, that's right, you get. It's the use of the tools, but not access to the information.
Or you spend your time on a computer creating something and putting your message out there and showing your proof.
Yes.
Right. Then you're going to be able to lead. The other thing that I think about, John, and you mentioned it, is what a wonderful, amazing opportunity that we have as 50-something-year-old men. I don't need it anytime real too soon, but when we have grandchildren, to be able to help our children, to bring that wisdom to our children, to help raise their children.
Let me giggle on that with you real quick, because I'm one of those, right? I got a grandson.
Yeah.
And just so I'm living it, so I'm only sharing my experiences. You only do what you described if the invitation is put on the table. It's not my kid.
Right.
I got to stay the fuck out of the way unless I'm asked to intervene. Now, granted, when he's with me and Terry, he goes by how we live and our rules. That's it. But it's a fight. As soon as she comes back.
So actually, I understand. I've never been a grandparent before. I got to ask you, what's that like? And I'm being serious. What's that like when you're in a situation and you're like, I know it's not my role to be this, so I got to kind of zip my mouth. Did you have to learn that, or did you just know that on day one? I'm being very serious.
Well, I mean, I put myself in her shoes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's real fucking simple. I mean, there were plenty of times I asked for help. And there, and my parents didn't inject themselves into my parenting. They waited for me to ask, and it was very appreciated.
Yes,
I had a few little, hey, you might want to think about this stuff. But then, how many times have you seen because my relationship with my kids is extremely important.
Yes,
and to destroy that because I'm trying to impose my will on their child is ridiculous. I'd lose relationships across the board.
Yeah.
And so, but the thing about it is he learns a lot when he's with us, because it's like, when we say no, there's no more discussion, and he understands that. So he moves on. If we didn't put that line in the sand, he'd continue to push until he finally got what he wants. And that's unfortunately what he does with his parents. And it creates a very different relationship. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that I was perfect as a parent. Fuck, it took me years to learn to create that solid fucking line in the sand. Yeah. So I've seen it. I understand. And they have to learn at their pace. But they're not going to learn at the cost of the relationship that we have with them or the grandchildren. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun. So all I'm getting is a slippery slope, Maddie.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Actually, a thought that I hadn't thought about. So I appreciate it. And I think about as a parent, right? I have 20-year-old twins now. I don't need any grandchildren just yet. We're doing all right. But I think about my parents, right, and how they helped or didn't help, or when they chimed in and didn't chime in, and building those boundaries of grandparent to child relationship. And I can tell you what I know for sure. The best I have ever felt about my parents was when they looked at me and said, "You're a great father."
Oh yeah.
That's all they had to say.
Yeah.
Right. And that made me that validated me, and whatever the case may be. And I know there's shit that I like. My mother, staunch Catholic. My kids did not get raised in the church. I know that is there's feelings about that for her, you know what I mean? But she never forced it on us.
Yeah.
She didn't, which is, I think, was very hard for her. I think about how difficult that must have been for her to have such strong religious beliefs that I'm not carrying on to her children. But what she saw was how I'm taking the values that the religion taught her, that taught me, and I instill them in my child. And she's able to say, "You're a great parent."
Hanging out with Keith, John, and Matt this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John every single day, live, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, morningsinthelab.live, mitl.live. Guys, if I was raising a brand new child today, as I wrap up this segment before I get to Did You Know, I got something funny for Johnny here in a couple seconds. I would lean into, using the tools, but I would lean more ever than ever, actually, Johnny, into creating good, real human habits. Because
and that's exactly what we're talking about. I was just taking a stance against, I don't need to prove what's real or not, because it doesn't help me.
Yeah, and I agree with you there, and that's why I wanted to bring it back there, because it doesn't help me. But what I want, if I can teach my kid really good human habits over a period of time, these tools as they grow up with them, those human habits, I think are going to help them with those tools, and they're going to become a superhero.
Well, and here's the fucking interesting thing: by the elimination of by keeping the exposure to all this bullshit away, the standards just are what they are, because there's no opposing force.
That's it. That's exactly it. It's
just a whole different freaking dynamic, But I will say, I mean, and most parents have this, they just choose not to do it. You can set up a computer or a phone where they have access to all sorts of amazing learning tools, but shut down the possibility of them watching the shit that's going to fuck up their heads.
Absolutely.
So everybody has the ability to do that. They just choose not to.
Well, because it's easier just to get the kid to be passive. Just go and watch instead of go and create.
Well, but the thing is a kid, if he doesn't know about the other stuff, going and creating will keep him more occupied than watching a fucking movie.
100%. 100%. Yeah. I'll tell you, I talk to Carter about this often, actually. He spends so little time like watching quote unquote TV or TV shows. He's always looking for stuff, Johnny, to get his brain thinking. Oh, yeah, learning. Exactly. Hey, guys, we started the conversation with all of us about an hour ago, Matt, because John was convinced and still convinced that we are smart because of the horse show teaching us where our eyes are on our face. Well,
so are you convinced that Epstein is correct because you keep bringing it up? Are you in love with Bonnie Blue because you won't shut up about this bitch? Jesus Christ, if we want to go into all of this, dude, you will fucking go down in flames.
Listen, Johnny, I got something else for you.
Twist up words. I've had to politely ask him, dude, why do you keep talking about this fucking bitch that tries to set records sleeping with all these dudes? Why do we keep talking about this woman? I've asked her multiple times, but he keeps bringing her back. Well, I guess he's in love, isn't he?
I think there must be something to
Lauren, look out. He's in love. Is this what our shows come to?
John, but listen, I got some more ammunition for you, brother. There's a new study. The experts are saying now that a face reader, John, can predict someone's sex drive by measuring the lower half of their face. Yes, let's start this clip out, boys.
Did you know TikTok has a face reader for sex drive? We are separating content from credibility immediately. They measure nose to chin, then declare your libido. Jaw width and the padding become dominance, like a checklist. Even the coverage treats it like a party trick, not a test. If it looks like certainty, assume it is optimized bait. This sits in physiognomy, old, confident, and widely treated as pseudoscience. A jawline is not a reliable personality report card. There is limited research linking wider faces to higher self-reported sex drive. That is population level correlation, not a look once and no trick. Dating culture rewards snap judgments, so bad assumptions normalize fast. People confuse confidence with accuracy, then call it insight. The only reliable compatibility test is an adult conversation. Ask about wants, boundaries, and expectations. Then listen carefully. Expect more biohacks that promise certainty in seconds. That's your today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
So, Johnny, shorter, wider faces might have higher sex drives.
Well, I think that's got more to do with hormonal. That's how they're set hormone. Like if you have a woman, especially with a higher testosterone, you usually find them as high-level athletes. They have a much more structured jaw.
Yes.
High level of testosterone, they're going to be horny as the devil.
I love
that. I got to say, I was interested until they fucking said it was from TikTok. Okay.
Yeah, so was I.
It was like, it's like we're watching the news until it says National Enquirer.
But I gotta be honest, I wanted to have some fun with this because we've been having fun about the horse eyes conversation. I'm like, okay, well, this is perfect now because now we can measure somebody's jaw face regardless of. So we know now whether somebody's eyes make them smart or dumb. Now, Matt, we know where somebody's jawline, whether they have a lot of sex or not. So we're just defining it all here.
So should we run down the list of what we know now? Is that what we're doing? Because if we do that, brother, you better fucking climb under the desk right now. and the funny part is you're only going to have to bend your knees to get under there.
No, I'm actually joking. It's perfect. Oh, my God. Oh, hey, Maddie, did you watch any Walter Cronkite growing up, or was he dead?
No, I remember Cronkite. Not like I was a kid, obviously. I remember him more from like watching old.
It's like a name that you can't not know,
I know. Well,
I don't remember. That's like a name that you can't not know, huh?
Yeah, check this.
I can't picture his face, but I know the name.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So we'll keep the audio down, but he's actually, so this is a 1967 clip, and he's showing Home Office future. And he's like, this is going to be the 21st century. And he's like, this will print your news off. It's funny, man. He's like, this is how you get your morning news. And it's like, it'll print out the news for you on demand. And like, look, and it's printed out. I find this humorous. This is what our parents were watching in '67, which was, oh my God, we're gonna get the news instantly. And I thought this was fascinating because, and then he walks over here. Okay, here's how you're gonna get the weather.
Dude, that's just a slightly upgraded version of fucking Morse code right there.
It's so funny, John, right? Like here's how you're gonna get the weather. And he walks over to this big computer on the desk, and then look, there's the telephone. Like it's got that little like that. That's how he's showing the phone. Like fascinating to me because this is what we were watching back in the '60s, and as if that was the future. Rufy, I see you just taking it in, eh?
Well, yeah. Well, to me, it's actually not even that far off
at all.
Did it again, right? It's not that far off. It's just the mechanism and the interface, right?
Yes.
The data that's behind that is what's coming through. Sure, he's using knobs and dials, and we're using keyboards and code.
Yes.
But it's the same thing. So it's actually not that far off. He's showing little microphones. And,
all of that shit that he's got there is contained in a little fucking.
Yes. Well, that's the thing, Anderson. Right? It's like all that is right here, which is ridiculous.
Right. And what you don't see in that is the 3 rooms of databases and huge mainframe computers that are pushing out that dot matrix printout that he's tweaking. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The obviously the proliferation and the escalation of technology is amazing, but they predicted it, right? Just like we're predicting other things, right? You opened the show today talking about the way we're gonna operate in the future, right?
That's it.
Same idea.
Being
able to see, having a vision of what it's going to be like. Yeah, sure. It might not be knobs and dials because they couldn't imagine X's and O's the way we do now.
Well, it's funny actually because car companies.
Zeros, rather.
It's funny, Maddie, because car companies are going back to knobs and dials because humans are refusing the big screens in the cars because they're distracting. Because you're like, I'm trying to look at this fucking screen and touch the button. I just want to know how the button works.
Yeah, I bought we have a Volvo that's all knobs.
I don't know how to use anything in my cars. I swear to God. I mean, it's like even fucking like getting in and out of these fucking things. Like, God damn it, where's the fucking window on? Like on my fucking new Jeep, the window's up under the radio. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm always over here trying to put the window down. Someone's in it. Sorry.
I know it's in the middle.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
Yeah. Hey, John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go, why are people benching solo like it's a horror movie audition? No spotter, no safeties, just vibes and a prayer. That bar said nap time, and he said, not today.
He failed the rep, then turned his barbell into a slip and slide. I flinched so hard I saw retirement.
Real talk, that clip is funny, but benching alone is the dumbest roulette. If you lift heavy, bring a human, not hope.
Hey, John, don't be the main character in that clip. If you need a spotter, Sterling is always available.
Sterling, brother, I can promise you this. I'll never ask you to be my spotter. And bench pressing alone, I mean, granted, the layman, but I mean, fuck, you know how many times I've benched 500 pounds with nobody in sight?
I love it. So I'm going to have a serious question. Have you ever found yourself in that situation with this man? Because I want to use this as a teaching experience. Did he do the right thing there, John? And I'm being very serious. Was that the right thing to do, what he did?
I mean, realistically, if there is someone in the room, he should have alerted someone that hey, like you don't really need a spotter sitting in front of you. But granted, if you want to be totally safe, you do. Yes.
Yeah.
If you're stuck by yourself, that's exactly. You never put the clips on each side because then you're fucked.
Yes.
Not getting out of there.
Well, it's funny because that's exactly what I thought of too, John, which is you don't put the clips on because that's how we exited, right? So I wanted to put this on because I know you've been in this experience or you've seen this before. So I thought it was a good teaching moment because, guys bench press daily and this happens. And I thought to me, the learning lesson was don't put the clips on because automatically we think put the clips on.
Well, I mean, but I will say fuck, man. I don't know if I've ever actually done that before.
Yeah, I have.
Because there's a certain level of the fucking dipshit that does that is really fucking far off the mark on what he should have on the bar.
Well, yes.
It's like, fuck, if there's a question, if I'm going to fucking get it, I'll just fucking go down a little bit.
Yeah. So I got caught once, Johnny, and I rolled it out on my straps here, and then I just kind of stuck myself under it. I got caught in a situation where, but I have like the side straps in my rack or in my cage. So I just brought it down, and I found myself stuck, and then I just kind of shimmied out of it. But it was a learning lesson for me. I shouldn't have put myself in that position probably to start with. But
I had a situation on a squat where I was basically fucking loaded. I had 9 plates on each side. And there was just enough fucking room to get the little spring on, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm fucking walking out, man. It was in a 24-hour fitness, so the bars were not equipped for this. Oh, and I'm fucking taking steps out. And this thing is just fucking flapping its wings. And that's way too much movement for, that little clip. And fucking one of my spotters fucking, he goes, hold on. And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Because that means the fucking, basically one of the clips popped off. There's nothing you could do. I just fucking grabbed and waited. It just, because the fucking plates just start pouring off the fucking sides.
Hold on, because you knew what was coming. Eh?
Yeah, he's telling me, hold on, dude, because what I didn't want to do was let go of the bars. It would have went fucking flying over and killed somebody.
Yeah, yes.
Because I was out of a cage. I was not in a cage. I was free.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, this was fun, man. This is fun today. Even if
that is great to see you, brother. Fucking
dude, it's been awesome. I want you to know. I know you said I haven't been around, but I have been. I have been present, and I've been.
Dude, you've been listening, man. I'm so stoked when I was
just grows. My love grows.
I was fucking worried because I couldn't see you on the menu, but Keith said you were down. I was like, fuck yes, man. That's good shit. Because
I just show up every day quietly under the radar doing my thing, and I give credit where credit is due. As a matter of fact, I was on my show. Somebody asked me about peptides, and I said, I don't know shit about that, but let's check out John Anderson.
I mean, glad you think like this, dude. I think we can comfortably put Maddie in the third spot here because there's been a lot of other people that have not been able to run the fucking rhythm.
Without an unequivocal doubt. Unequivocally, man. John, I've said it before. Matt, I'll say it again. That moment, and I know you probably hate I keep bringing it up, but that moment you showed up that morning, you know the morning I'm talking about.
Yep.
I know that when that moment happened, I knew you were in this for the long run. John, I'll just say, because Matt had a rough night in his first.
I remember.
It was like literally the second week I was doing this, and I fell off of my. I've been open about my addictions and my problems, and I fell off and did not do my family a service the night before, but I showed up.
I get goosebumps to this day. When I saw you that next morning, and then you and I spoke as humans, and I had some tears privately about you. I knew that moment.
Tears now, bud. So
I knew right then there, Johnny, that he was going to be in this forever because I saw the change. I saw the change, John Anderson, in this man's eyes. I'm like, you know what? It was like this moment. It was like a light went on for him. It was like, fuck, that's what I got to do. I got to get up and do this again. And John, you've talked about it, man, because it's fucking hard to do, and the guy did it.
I've had a few of those since too, buddy, but I'm here.
That's awesome, man.
Not falling off the addiction, but other shit that could have steered me away from showing up at 7:30 in the morning. I've talked to you privately about it.
Yeah.
But I've had those moments. But this is one thing when I came on this morning, I can show up every day and I do it. And if that's an inspiration to somebody, great. But I know what it's doing for me.
You show your proof. Anderson, we got Petro joining us tomorrow. What do you got going on today, brother? Before I let you go, I know you got to get out of here.
Got a gym day today. Actually doing a podcast later today with I don't really do other people's podcasts.
I know. Yeah.
One that is calling it a favor. So I'm doing one of those. And then we're actually doing we have tearing out some dinner plans. So it's
fun.
Good day. Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool.
That's right.
All right, boys. So I appreciate you both. Lots of love from me to you. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Maddie, thanks for hanging out with myself and John this morning. Johnny, I'll see you in less than 22. Maddie, I'll talk to you later, brother.
Have a good one, my brothers.
All right, guys. Take care.
Right. Cool.
Go Canada, Maddie. I had to get that in there. That was the point. Hold on. I'll just bring it back up quickly. I just had to get you there, Roofy. Go, Canada.
You got me. You got me on the way out. That's all right. I've been wearing it all day.
I saw you have it on. I was like, all right. I knew Roofy was going to wear his USA jersey today. We'll see what happens on Saturday.
I can't wait. I hope they both make it. I mean, those games yesterday were fucking unreal. Like, that was a hockey history day.
It was crazy that yesterday America and Canada almost weren't going to the gold medal game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like seconds, inches away from not being the gold medal. And it could happen again. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
I had the Canada game on, and I'm like, oh my God, they're actually not going to make it. What is it, 3.5 minutes left in the third? There, I was like, they're actually not going to get through. And then I had the USA game on, and the same thing. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then
crazy, right? Crazy.
Yeah, funniest.
All right. Well, we'll have more chance to talk more about it when the U.S. has got the gold. And all right, silver's good. Hey, listen, silver is up right now. It'll be great for those guys. That'll be worth some change.
Oh yeah, I know Petro's on your team as well. USA. All right, boys, I love you. Get out of here, Roofy. Take care, pal. All right, we got Roofy out of here. He's cheering USA. Petro's cheering USA. I get it. I've talked before. I'm on an island. I'm the Canadian boy. Hangs out with all my American friends. I'm the adopted American. I know you guys know that. I'm your adopted American cousin. You guys like some of the Canadian values, but you don't like the American. You would not like the Canadian tax. So don't get too excited about my Canadianism along the way. Okay, fun show here today with myself, John Anderson, and Matt Roof. You guys know Matt gets after daily here, 7:30 Eastern time on the Mornings in the Lab Live network, as well as Kindness Rising. So if you guys like the dose of Matt, I encourage you to go back, check out Matt 7:30 before our show starts. He'll get you up, he'll get you after it, and he's got some great content on a daily basis that's provocative, it's fun, it's thought-provoking, and it is it's absolutely encouraging along the way. Okay, I got some notes from Jimmy. All right, guys, you got the stopwatch ready? Because apparently I got 37 seconds. So, my bladder might need maybe 39 or 40. So we got a little bit of work to do. But I got a conversation coming up here on the Morning Monologue, on the Morning Focus. And as I was sitting back this morning preparing for it, like I do over my morning coffee, I was reflecting upon what would hit here today. And, I looked at our stories here today, and we've been talking AI, and I've been talking with folks around AI, and I've been talking to folks about the future. And I thought, maybe we need to talk to people about the interface of tomorrow, because the interface is dead.
Most people fear AI for the wrong reason. It's not skills, it's clarity, and clarity hurts. AI lets you stay vague and still feel productive. Conversation makes vagueness obvious fast. You've adapted to machines your whole life. Now the machine adapts to you, and you can't hide. Leaders define outcomes, set constraints, delegate, then iterate. That's exactly how the new interface works. If you're still clicking icons, you're late. Talk like a director and make the machine execute.
For 30 years, we've been trained like obedient little office rats. Think about it, right? Remember, you guys remember when you guys first saw the mouse, your computer? And remember the first interfaces? Just click the icon, open the menu, right click, left click, find the settings over there, right? It was export the file, upload it to another tool, copy, paste, rename, and then repeat. And if you think about it, it was funny because we put the pencils down on the paper and everything in, and we called that productivity. It was like, oh yeah, I'm really productive today because I get to copy and paste something. Oh, I didn't have to rewrite this entire thing because it copied and pasted it for me. And time again, we leaned into the idea that was productivity. Well, I need you to hear this. I need you to hear what I'm going to say next, clearly and loudly. The interface is dying. Yes. And it's not changing. No, and it's not even evolving. Like the idea of the mouse and the interface and the files and all that stuff is dying. And I know to all of us that are like, yeah, but Keith, that's how I've always done it. True, that's fair. But as we continue to progress further, it's Jimmy, go back and put that Walter Cronkite video up. We can see the future from the past. The interface we've grown up with for the last 20 years, guys, 30 years is gone. It's dying. Because the next interface is not visual. And check this out, guys. Look, that is going away. The interface of tomorrow isn't visual. And this is what freaks people out. It's verbal. Oh, yeah, it's verbal. It's your words. It's your ability to speak. Because the future isn't you learning the software. No, that's where we as humans have to kind of reimagine what it's like moving forward. Because it's actually the software, the AI, the technology learning you. I know that there's kind of an insane thought around that. It's like, Keith, what do you mean it's learning me? Well, it's because we've spent our whole lives, especially all my friends on the show we hang out, all my Gen Xers, and Cheryl Whitaker. I know she's there. Yeah, true story. We spent our whole lives adapting to machines. Think about this. The keyboard, the mouse, then the touch screens. And then here's how the system wants it. And here's the workflow. And here's where you click and open the mouse. But the next wave flips that entire dynamic, which is making people extremely uncomfortable about the world of AI. Because you don't adapt to the machine adapts to you. You're not going to open a dashboard to manage. You're going to say, hey, here is what I'm trying to do. Here's what I want to do. It's actually talking to like another human. Yeah. And here's what I don't want. Now go. So you're going to instruct it to what to do and instruct it what not to do. And it's not going to be a click a mouse here, click a mouse there, click a screen there. And it's not going to be an assumed, here's what I want to get. No, it's a, I did the work while you were sleeping kind of way. It's like, what? Yeah. You gave me the task, you went to bed, and the work got done. We're not used to that whole experience, but that is the interface of the future. It's conversation as the command. Many of us think, well, AI is making us dumb. No, actually, it's not. It's making those of us that want to speak more clear smarter. Because most people are going to resist it, not because they can't use it, because it forces us as humans into something extremely uncomfortable. Oh, you wondering what that is? Yeah, that uncomfort resides around one word: clarity. Because you can't hide behind the user interface anymore. You can't look at the dashboard letting you pretend that it's busy. Oh, I got a beautiful dashboard with a bunch of data in all the cells. Yeah, good for you. What's it doing? Oh, nothing. Or you can't let those 1,000 tabs sitting in your browser, and I know who you are. You know who you are. I am you. I got those tabs out there as well. But those tabs are not going to let you pretend that you're working. But when you talk to a machine, you have to say what you actually want. And that exposes a problem for all of us. You know why? Let me ask you this. When's the last time you sat down in front of Netflix and you knew what you want? When's the last time you opened up YouTube and you knew what you want? When's the last time you opened up that fridge or that pantry and you knew what you want? Because the problem is, and here's the problem that AI is exposing, a lot of people don't know what they want. Aha. Oh, Keith, that's provocative. It is. Because we know what we have been doing. We know what we've been told. We know what's normal. But we don't know the outcome. So you know what we do? We just keep clicking. Click, click, click. Or like we said earlier, prick, 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 prick. We keep clicking. And when we click, the new players begin conversing, literally building leverage with words. And this is where it gets real. If you're the real person who can't stand small talk, but if you're blunt, if you're decisive, if you're a builder, the era of tomorrow with words is going to reward you, because the interface of tomorrow is the relationship. Let's say that again. The interface tomorrow is the relationship, the words, the conversation that you have with the machine. Because you're going to have a machine that knows your preferences, your style, your priorities, but more importantly, it's going to know your intentions. And I know people get freaked out by all this stuff. Yeah. They're going, it's going to know what I want. Yeah, 100%. It's going to be a machine that remembers your standards. A machine that can run plays for you. And the competitive advantage won't be, well, who has the best tool? No, That argument was last year. That argument was 2024. That argument was 2023. That argument was for the guy that was just starting it with ChatGPT for the first time. No, today's argument, tomorrow's argument, the conversation for tomorrow with the agents of tomorrow is all about who has the best instructions, who can think clearly, who can communicate clearly, and who can lead. Oh, yes, back to leadership again. That is why I keep saying that this is not a tech revolution. It is a leadership revolution, because the great leaders, well, we don't click around looking for answers. No, great leaders define outcomes. Great leaders set constraints, delegating, iterating, moving. And that's exactly how you are going to work with the next interface. Not as a user, but as a director. And that scares people. So here's the punchline. If you're still treating AI like yesterday's Google, like a party trick, and if you're still asking random questions, if you're still trying it out, you are missing the point. Stop treating it like Google. Start using your AI like a teammate. I know it's uncomfortable, but Keith, where do I start? Well, I'll tell you where you start. You start talking to it like it works for you. You start treating it like it works for you. Because the future belongs to the people who can speak their goals, who can speak the clarity out loud and make the machines execute them. The days of doing your own PowerPoint or creating your own stuff are largely behind us. And everybody else that's not walking down that path, well, here's the thing. They're going to be staring at their screens. True story. You know what they're going to be doing? They're going to be clicking. Click, 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 click. And the rest of the world is going to be moving on without those that are click, 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 clicking away.
When was the last time you felt completely focused? Not busy, not crushing it. I mean clear, sharp, and locked in. And if your kid graded you today, would you even want to see the report card? Today is about attention, presence, and kindness. It's time for the community corner, fellas. Let's get into it, handsome chief.
I got a comment from Neiman here, and I agree with her. And I think this is what actually is going to challenge more humans, because I have had to teach myself what I'm going to say next. My brain has operated for the last 15, 20 years through my fingers. True story. And I'm sure many of you do as well. Think about a good time. Think about it, Cheryl. Think about it, Petro. How often do you think through your fingers, through typing something out, right? And it happens so much through here that you're not using it here. I've had to learn intentionally to put my fingers away and to talk to my device like it's my other employee, like I'm talking to Jimmy, or I'm talking to Kai, or I'm talking to Melissa. And that has been a work process, right? It's like, how many of us remember our passwords because of our fingers? I rarely know my passwords in my brain, but my fingers know my passwords. They magically just start typing. It's just like when we all grew up with the phones, right? With the tap, 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 or the right? You just kind of knew how it all worked. Or the times you get in your car and you drive from point A to point B, you don't even know it. So I understand the difficulty with training our brains to say, okay, what's up here? I need you to come out of here and then bring it out here instead of through here. And again, I go back to my experiences dealing with lawyers. I just think it's a wonderful metaphor, you know, because we were raised with this. Oh, but the lawyers are charging you a gazillion dollars an hour. You got to get to the point. Quick. Don't waste any time. It's the same thing dealing with tomorrow's interfaces. Speak clearly. Don't add any extra adjectives or verbs that don't add any value. Just get to the point. Get to the point and deliver it. It's going to be fun. And those that are good at it are going to survive. Those that struggle are going to struggle actually and go, oh my goodness, I'm not doing really well with this AI stuff. No, it's not you not doing well with the AI stuff. You're just not speaking clearly with it. And then when you get to that magic unlocks like no tomorrow. I've been watching it with Whitaker. True story, actually. Watching her get more and more, comfortable and embracing the stuff that I'm sharing along the way. And it's true, man. Speak with words, speak with clarity. You'll get some great results. Okay, let's get to the community corner. We're going to start the journey looks like we're starting it over on YouTube this morning. And we're going to start with Taylor Allen, who's laying out a 7-day mental detox for founders and high performers who feel scattered and foggy. So Taylor's argument is that your brain works like RAM. If you keep opening tabs, Cheryl Whitaker, adding notifications and feeding it constant dopamine from social media, well, eventually it's going to slow down. So his framework is clear the RAM. It's simple. First, remove the junk outputs. I like this. Second, process the mental backlog. And then third, replace that mindless consumption with books, deep work, and intentional silence. This is not about becoming a monk. No, actually, it's about becoming and turning consumption into output. I've always said, create instead of consume. You'll be further ahead. I know we love to consume, but if you can get into the idea of creating instead of consuming, you might find yourself further ahead. All right, let's keep it going, guys. Over on Substack, your kid doesn't care about your hustle. He cares about you. Well, you know what? But my kids do care about my hustle. Actually, my kids like my hustle. I talk to my kids about my hustle, right? And our kids, my kids enjoy the hustle. And I watch my kids, all three of them, they hustle harder than me and Lauren, right? So, I'm looking at Michael's comments on the author of Being a Dad is Hard as Fuck. He asked his son to rate him as a father. His son's answer was men's amends. It means so. Not because he's cruel, but because he sees some deep moral flaw because of three things: too much time on his phone, being gone too long, and a long commute. I've talked to my kids about this as well. I talk about them often because as you guys know, spend time with me, I constantly questioning my abilities as a dad or my presence as a dad. And I look for, I guess, that affirmation from my kids, and I get it. I do. I receive it. My kids know I'm working hard. My kids know I'm getting after. My kids know I'm creating. And they know there's sacrifices along with that. It's funny because I just had this conversation with Pipes last week, and she's like, no, you're a good dad. Chill out, basically. Kind of paraphrasing it, right? But I think sometimes, I need to hear that sometimes because I'm so focused on this. But hey, here's the thing. I'm curious. Would you ask your kids to rate you? And why or why not? I love having this conversation with my kids. Sullivan comes back and says, creating instead of consuming is what many have said fosters happiness. Sully, that is what fosters happiness. Think about it. You come over to the Mornings in the Lab channel, because I know you do every single morning, and I appreciate that you got a choice to spend. And then you go over and check in to the channel. That's creating. You're creating a piece of content to show your accountability. And as a result, you're creating happiness. So I think there's the proof in the pudding, right? You go there, you create your check-in, it creates, and that reward is happiness. So Sullivan, I appreciate that, man. Hey, over on LinkedIn, leadership happens in 60 seconds. Colleen Bordeaux shared a moment as a new mom struggling in a parking garage, baby crying, bag spilling, late for a meeting, feeling overwhelmed and judged. I'm wondering if her eyes were far apart, Jimmy, or if her eyes were close. Listen, the whole interaction lasted less than a minute for Colleen, but it stayed with her for years. She couldn't understand why she couldn't see sideways out of her close eyes. Yeah. And leadership is not always strategic planning. It's sometimes noticing someone in a hard moment and stepping in with a little bit of kindness. Guys, strength is not out loud. Nope. It's decisive and kind. And that's what I love. Lead with love, you guys. Yes. Hey, Maya. Hey, Maya. Jimmy, let's get a measuring tape for Maya's eyes and see how they spread out. Maya, spread your eyes. Guys, get your head out of the gutter. Get me out of here, guys.
We talk about discipline. We talk about leadership. We talk about legacy. But none of that survives if your brain is fried, you're constantly distracted, and the people closest to you feel second place. You don't need a new identity. You need one adjustment that takes you closer to who you want to be. What's yours gonna be? Good time? Sullivan? Adam? Thanks for spending time with us, boys. See you next time.
I'm being held accountable by my team right now, guys. So I got to come back to Colleen Bordeaux's moment. Yeah, I see you, Neiman, holding me accountable. I get it. Yeah, my boss is keeping me accountable, guys. So here we go. Yeah, so Colleen shared a moment, and she was feeling overwhelmed, but a stranger shouted encouragement. And then he parked and he picked up her things, put the bag on her shoulder, and he left. I missed that most important part. Thanks, Neiman. So while Colleen says that thing lasted less than a minute, the whole interaction stayed with her for years. And here was the point. Most people around you are fighting a battle that you can't see. It's because your eyes are too spread out from the side of your head, Neiman. I'm telling you, that's why they can't see it. Johnny's right. And leadership is not always seeing out of the side of your head along the way. You know, that stupid horse thing that Anderson put on the table 3 days ago or 300 days ago, it's still just got momentum. The horse truth. Horse truths with John Anderson. Yes, where your eyes are in your head will determine whether a horse is dumb or smart. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with us this morning, whether you're listening in the car, crushing it at the gym, or hiding in the shitter. We appreciate you choosing to start your day in the lab. We hung out with Rufy today. It was a lot of fun. Here's what we covered. We talked about how to raise a child in a post-truth world. We talked about building leadership labs at home. We got into the interface is dead. Yes, guys, stop thinking about yesterday's technology. Think about using your words to move forward. We also talked about Prince. Well, no, he's not a Prince anymore. That guy named Andrew from Warbaton, arrested. And hey, is this finally the elite? Is this finally the end of elite immunity? Study found that AI could judge empathetic communication, nearly like experts, and major study finds men and women benefit from different diets for longevity. Spartacus, thanks for hanging out with us, brother. And AI models are boosting food allergy by 40%. And Maya Reyes with the wide eyes brought us 3 stories on mental clarity, feedback from our kids, and kindness as Keith butchered it up along the way. Guys, we're back tomorrow with the Petro himself, Dr. John Petrocelli. Excited about that one. Coming up tomorrow in less than 22 hours. And yes, Spartacus, our brains are all big computers. True story. Yes, all right. Guys, we're getting out of here. Hope you guys had a fun day on the show like I did. On behalf of Jimmy, Kai, Melissa, the entire team here at Mornings in the Lab, come check out morningsinthelab.live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on the big network. Morningsinthelab.live, morningsinthelab.network, mitl.network. Hey, we're all over the place. We'll see you guys in less than 24 hours. Jimmy, get me out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow.